completely new story. This is the second session, so I'm going to ask one of you to explain what happened last time from your character's point of view, as is tradition set down by Angry AA, the creator of the game.
Turi, you're up.
Oh no, don't do this. You pick the person with the worst memory.
You're the streamer. You get to do the first honors.
Okay. What happened? So we fell into a portal. Didn't we?
That is how it started.
Yeah. See, I remember something.
What happened after the portal?
We fought some dudes in a place that we fell. We ended up in a hole. No, we went to a place and.
You did go to a place.
Killing it, Jerry. Killing it.
We're getting there.
I didn't sleep. I haven't been sleeping well. No. So we went. We all fell through portals and we went to, what's the place called? I can't think of the name of the place, but
The synthesis place.
the synthesis place. Slash synthesis.
The
No.
Nexus.
The Nexus. That's it. Because you could
We were
type.
there very briefly.
We were there and then we fell into a hole where we fought
Another
some...
portal.
Oh yeah, but you gotta. Were they the same color? I don't know. Yeah, there were some bones that we fought. And then our mate helped us out of the pit with a rope.
Who was that?
Our mate.
Our
He
mate
was a very
Sin.
important... Yep.
Sindrel.
Sindrel,
Sindrel. Yeah, see?
which is the human form of sin.
Ooh. And then the Templars came
Mm-hmm.
and froze Sin. And then we fought them.
You kicked their asses.
Sort of.
Just.
Yeah, to an extent.
like to say iShot had a very nice part to play in that.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Morien took some good hits.
Yeah.
You microwaved a mage,
Yes.
and then you microwaved a lady with a mace.
Froze the other dude. That's right.
Yeah, everybody just got all kinds of hot pocket, hot and cold.
Yes, my character is now a Song of Ice and Fire.
You found some skills from them. Sin led you back to his camp, where he explained that his brother Enos was trying to become a god by consuming soul power. He also has a large reserve of soul power, but he refuses to use it because he believes that humans should be able to stand on their own. And the reason Enos is being pushed to become a god is because that the first ones are sending animals out to attack all the humans. They've been killing them or enslaving them or sacrificing them, whatever they can do, and it's just become madness. They're one of the last bastions of humanity left, and Sin is uprising against his brother because he believes his brother is just trying to become a god to take over humanity the same way the first ones want to. The last thing that happened was you walked into basically the war room at the back of the chamber where all the where they are holding the big reserve of soul power, and he has a few of his bodyguards there, and he shows you a map, and he shows you basically the last mine where they were mining this soul power crystals from, and he asked you to assist him in destroying it, disrupting it, so that Innocence does not become a god. You were discussing ways to do this.
Yes, we were wanting a distraction.
We decided on distraction. He offered, there were explosions, but he also did offer for his army to attack and distract them while you snuck in. And he gave you all some tabards, some Templar tabards, so that you could sneak successfully and look like one of them. So to start it back up, you're still looking at the map. Sin is basically waiting on your answer on whether if that's how you want to do it or not, or if you can think of any other way.
And I don't think we could.
I don't think we came up with anything.
I don't think we came up with
Anything better, anyway.
Okay.
anything better.
All right. So Sin gets up from the map, goes over to the wall and looks at it for a little bit, And he's thinking to himself, and finally he turns and says, "Fine. Listen, you don't know the way because you're new here. Take one of my most trusted bodyguards with you. Just pick one. The rest I'll need here with me to help command. You can take Harkon, and you see Harkon. He is a short man in a black robe with brown filigree on it. He's tan-skinned and has burn marks all over his hands and face, and is just a constant, perpetual, creepy grin. Like burn victims, when their face gets burned, it tightens up their faces to make them grin like that. So he's been through some shit.
Nice.
My friend Tamul, who you met earlier, Tamul was the large man that smiled at you and said that he saw you out there in the woods helping Sin. Pretty jolly. Not the smartest, but he's a big guy, and he's got a big spear, and he's got heavy armor. Not too bright, though. Saiti. Saiti is a Karui woman, large Karui woman. She's got the marks, the tattoos over her face, with short braids and a big blackwood bow. She's very stoic, and she keeps scowling at Morien. And every time you look at her, she turns away. And yeah, she just doesn't seem to really like Morien very much, but you're not sure why. And of course, Chatterbox. And Chatterbox is a man in a brown robe with a mask on, and we're talking like a slate black mask, no other features on it, with 2 eye slits in it. And yes, he doesn't talk much, but I assure you he's extremely useful. You can pick one of them to come with you and help guide you to the mines.
I like the sound of Chatterbox.
Are any of them...
So Harkon, basically the mage type, burned all over. Tamul, the cheerful spear wielding guy. Saiti, the Karui woman with the bow, and Chatterbox. You're not really sure what he does, but he looks cool.
I'm
Silent but helpful sounds good.
Yeah, I'm partial. I'm happy to go with the majority decision.
Sure.
You have to pick one.
If everybody's okay, let's take Chatterbox.
Yep, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Chatterbox, show them the way. Listen, the way he communicates is a little unusual, but he will be able to talk to you once you get going. You'll see what I mean. Also, take this, and he hands you each a travel bag, and he tosses each of you 1 transmutation orb.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the bag is your Templar disguises, basically a white tabard, the symbol of innocence on it. We will meet you in a few hours. It will take some time to get the army ready, but go ahead of us and make ready for us to get there. As soon as we attack, you can enter.
Okay.
Now, in case there's anything else you want to do in the camp. So transmutation orbs, you can look up what they do. They're basically like a mixture between augments and transmutations.
Would our characters be familiar with transmutation orbs, or would we be kind of blindly doing something with them?
Good point. Well, you can ask.
I feel like we would know.
You would know, wouldn't you? You're a researcher.
Yes, I mean, I don't know, like, me as the player doesn't know how long orbs and that sort of stuff has been around in PoE lore.
I see.
But if they've been around long enough,
Well,
then
for
yes,
the sake of
research probably.
for the sake of quickness, you do know what they are, and you're able to explain it to the squad.
Okay. That works. Now I'm going to have to look up what they do about the paper.
I've got the...
That's what I'm trying to get y'all to do.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, though. They could definitely make some of your stuff a lot stronger. You can also use them to trade for pretty much everything, like a new skill gem or some gear.
What do you know? Their currency.
Oh, yeah. So if you wanted to buy a new gem, like a specific gem from Tunk, you can go and talk to him and give him one of your orbs, and he'll give you pretty much any gem within reason. He also has a running contract to take Quizzix's body when he dies, so I just want everyone to remember that.
Mhm.
So we're currently, the tabard that we got is purely a disguise. We can't.
Cosmetic.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It is a MTX.
Yes.
The Sin Templar MTX. The Simplar MTX.
When the transmutation orb says adds 1 magic modifier to an item from the item table or the DM's choice, what exactly does that mean?
So we're going to use the standard item table and the item roller on the character sheet there. If it's like a chess piece, you roll 1d 100 and find out what it gets on it based on the item roller. It's in the Google Docs spreadsheet. I think it's the
Last tab. It says.
last tab. There you go. Can only be used on a non-magic item, though, to turn it into a magic item. But you can use it on a magic item to add another thing.
Yep.
If you roll a d10 and then another d10, if you roll a d10 and you roll a 5 or more, you get a signature mod, which are pretty crazy. So I'll give you a second to decide what you want to do with your transmutes, while Sin speaks to his compatriots and is designing the battle plan of how they're going to lay siege to this mining camp. Oh, the travel bags also have food in them.
Food will come in useful at some point, I imagine.
Yes. They already fed you in camp, but he figures you're going to be gone for a few hours and you might need a snack.
How thoughtful.
Yeah, I think I'd like to use mine on my chest.
All right, roll that shit. All right, what does your chest have on it right now?
Nothing. It's just a heavy, like the steel chest piece.
All right, so add 1 magic modifier to it. Roll yourself a 1d 100.
Alrighty, 1d 100.
37. So let's look at the character sheet here. 1d10 times 3 increase threshold. So roll a d10. That'll just keep you from getting like stunned, burned, all that stuff.
Handy.
Make you more stout.
Stun resist and elemental ailment resist rolled into 1.
Yep. Oh shit! Oh, plus 30.
Damn!
Nice.
What does that put your threshold at?
I think it's above his health.
Quite possibly.
That makes me.
Just
hang on.
you got unwavering stance already.
Threshold is at 18.5, so yes, that would make it slightly above mine.
Nice.
Where is?
I thought my threshold was doing pretty decent at 35, just from all the energy shield. But
He is the unmoving mover in the group. He can move where he wants. Does not get stopped by nothing.
So 48.5 on the threshold. Nice.
Jesus. So you would have to get 1 shot, basically.
Yep.
This is good for the person.
I'll keep that in mind when I kill you later. All right, so he's used his transmute on that. You guys don't have to use them now. You can hold on to them if you want.
Absolutely worth it in my case.
I'm gonna hold on to mine.
I'd like something else.
The
All right.
armor, jewelry,
I'm playing
and weapons have
here.
different tables, right?
I have everything.
It does. They do have different tables, armor, jewelry, and weapons.
All right, I'm gonna use mine on my ring and see what happens. It's a
And you have a power ring, right?
Power ring at the moment.
All right. So roll 1d100. You can't. 34. What is that? 1d8 life leech.
Is that on each hit? That's all right.
Life leech, and that just leeches life, not energy shield, I assume.
Yes. Till you get Ghost Reaver.
Is that a D8 I have to roll now?
Yeah, 1d18. 1d8. plus 2 per tier. So yeah, plus 2. 0 to 1.
Cool.
So as far as trading items around, I don't really care about it. There's no soulbound in my mind, but it does say leech converts a portion of your attack and grants either life or mana. But life leech in this case is 4 life, or 1d8. What'd you get? 7 life. Jesus, that's pretty good rating for attacks. Anybody else? Kaylah's saving hers.
You said for attack specifically?
Yeah, it says attacks in the old
Okay.
rules here. If the spell leech does not exist, then I will add it, but not right now because it seems like spell leech is really strong. So we'll wait till a later level. All right, so Coopz.
I am not doing anything at the moment. I'll
Alright.
play something else.
So Tiberius and Kaylah are the richest. All of you are peasants. They are holding on to their money, keeping it in the bank, while the rest of you poor asses walk around in your new Gucci shoes. All right, so it's time to leave the camp unless there's anything else you'd like to do. Chatterbox is ready. You assume he's just kind of been staying there staring at you, look at these orbs for the last 10 minutes, but he's just following you every time you move, even just a little bit. It's kind of creepy.
I'm going with it.
All right.
I'm ready
We
to
all
go.
prepared?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I haven't. Are we going to put on our tabards now or not until later? Are we putting on our MTX yet? Should we?
Probably. We don't want to get spotted.
I mean, we should probably leave the encampment and go a little bit away and then put them on.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Accidentally seen walking out of the
Yeah,
camp.
True.
All right. So you're walking through the woods. Looks about the same as when you were walking through. It's very hard to tell where you are because everything is just kind of dying and burnt looking. There's obviously been a lot of fighting happening. You can see claw marks around the trees. You do come across a dead animal on the side of the road, and for the first time, Chatterbox stops, and he's in front of you, and he stops all of you, and he looks at the dead animal, and he points his hands out, and he raises a zombie from it, and the zombie coughs. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. They call me Chatterbox. Sorry, they just don't take kindly to me raising these things in the camp, but very happy to be leading you today.
All right, lead the way,
How
Chatterbox.
unusual.
And
I look
he
at Chatterbox
bows-
when I say it as well.
What?
I look at Chatterbox. Okay, lead the way.
He appreciates that because too often people don't. But he bows a little bit, and the zombie starts shambling up in front of him, doing the zombie shuffle in front of the road. And you continue for a while. And now I'm going to need people to make a perception check. Still in the middle of the woods. Nothing seems to be happening except the crunch of dead leaves. But perhaps you may find something else if you do not fail this. Do you get a plus to that there?
Yeah, I get a +2. Sorry.
Tiberius?
That's 5.
Okay. And
Boom.
Kaylah added 1 on her level. Holy shit. Yeah, so Quizzix, you hear the crunching of 4-legged creatures running towards you quickly. You can hear them breathing, but they sound kind of extremely odd. Like the breathing is off by a lot. And
Coming
you
from
would have gotten caught
behind
off
us.
guard by this, but you're able to turn towards where the creatures are coming from, and there are 6 wolves in front of you. 3 on the left side, and 3 on the right, sort of separated from each other. And these wolves do not look like regular wolves. They are all kinds of messed up. They look like Resident Evil style. They have teeth that are way too large for their mouth. They're hanging out. They're probably 2 hands length long. They have this really weird gray chitinous armor going around their spine and down their legs, and their eyes are just wild and crazy. They're frothing. Morien, you feel at the edge of your consciousness just great pain, and also you're getting nauseous from these wolves. You feel something trying to reach out to you though through your soul, through your mind.
That sounds unpleasant.
You can always attempt to reach back.
You know, why the hell not? Sure, what I roll.
I'm sure there are many good reasons why the hell not, but go for it.
While you're trying to
I'm
reach
not trying
out,
to ping it.
Chatterbox's lovely zombie starts talking, and children of the first ones are here. There's no getting out of this one. But if you want to reach out to talk to them, let's roll a soulcraft. It's soulcraft.
Is there a plus
I
3?
think this one's the soul manipulation one.
Soul manipulation, right? Okay, sorry.
Soul manipulation. Okay. Not so good.
So you do feel like these wolves are in great pain, and they are deformed children of the first ones, but they are definitely not like they should be. They're being spurred on by some unknown force, and they're in a lot of pain, and all they know is hunger right now. And you guys can try one more thing since you won the perception roll before they pounce, but they're coming for you definitely.
Get out the big bastard two-handed maul and just wait.
So they're in two zones, right? 3 on the left, 3 on the right.
They are in 2 zones. Yep. There's probably a couple trees length splitting the two packs of them, 3 and 3.
They look like a job for rain of arrows.
I would like to drop a frost wall on one of the zones, or around
All right.
the zones.
What do you can shape frost walls? So how do you shape it?
Approximately circular, just around them.
On the ones on the left?
The left. Let's go to the left.
The ones on the left are covered by a massive frost wall, and they immediately start howling and attacking it. But the ones on the right, seeing that happen, they pounce. And now, everybody rolls initiative.
Everybody. Initiative. Right. What's with the 3s?
So that's 17.
Yeah, because it's a 10.
Skill rolls, when you roll a 10, get plus
Plus
5.
5. Yep.
I am looking forward to some terrible rolls next session.
All right, so Quizzix is definitely first. And then we have the pack of wolves that are covered by the ice. And then the pack of wolves that are lunging. And then Kaylah. And then Tiberius and Morien is last. Chatterbox. So yeah, Chatterbox.
You will also need some initiative.
Yes. Chatterbox. Oh, nice. Chatterbox is going to go right after the lunging wolves. But Quizzix gets to go first.
Yep.
Oh, shit. 1 second. Let me get my notepad. All right. All right. So Quizzix.
Am I, where I'm currently standing, am I going to be the first target for the lunging wolves, or are other people between me and them?
They're actually, you can't tell who they're going for, but Morien is most likely who they're going for, since he tried to reach out to them.
Yeah. Well, I take a step back to make sure I'm kind of behind Morien, and fire an Arctic breath at the wolves that are lunging at us.
All right. Go ahead and roll it up.
All right, so remind me, this is It's Arctic Breath, cold damage +2, and
Don't forget you've got +2
Using
lightning
this-
from my ref aura.
oh yeah, and +2 lightning on top of it. And I'm using a staff, so I've got a wham of 4, so D10 times 4 +2, right?
Plus anything that the skill itself has, if you haven't included
Right, because, yeah, skill adds +8. And it adds a frost ground.
Yeah. $16. 2 of which is lightning, the other 14 is cold.
Isn't they just straight up 8 from the actual spell does 8 damage, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I looking at the wrong spot? Because here it says Arctic Breath is cold damage +2.
I think it changes
Oh.
depending on the skill.
Oh,
Not always
okay.
+8.
Yeah.
Like fire
All right.
+2, for example.
So the skull explodes on the pack of wolves that are running, and some of them are, a couple of them look like they took a little bit of a hit from that, but one of them is unscathed, although he does slip a little bit across the ice that that was created.
Comically
Okay.
slides up to Morien, who just bashes him in the head.
So they're slowed a little bit, but the distance doesn't seem to be much of a difference because now... Oh, wait, sorry. The wolves that are trapped are going to go, and they're going to take some swipes at the old ice wall. And so ice wall does have a health.
Yes.
Should say it there in the... So tell me how much health your ice wall has.
Frost Wall. Last 2 turns are destroyed. It plays a total covered acts of barrier of life. How much does it have? Where does it say? Has life equal to the caster's threshold, 35.
So 35 life. Nice. All right. So there's 3 wolves in there, and they're going to take some big chunks of ice out of it, hopefully, unless I roll terribly. So let's see what they do. Oh shit. Yeah, they
Oh, snap.
so
Wow.
they are just, they go mad with hunger and go wild, and they rip apart your ice wall at the base, and it just crashes down around them. But they do lose a turn to it. They crash out of the ice and are now staring you down, really angry at the wizard that threw that at them.
They had a nice, refreshing, cool drink before their meal.
True, their teeth look amazing from chewing all the ice, but they now have an iron deficiency, so keep that in mind. Second wolf pack is running. They're a little slowed, but they have dash. So one of them is going to dash. Actually, yeah, the 2 that got hit are going to dash straight at Morien, and they're going to throw a little bit of bite at him.
Fine.
Oh, so that's 44 total. 2 bites from the wolves.
Ouch.
Make sure to reduce it.
So where is... Be reduced by my armor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
11 per bite, I'm assuming. That's still freaking 22 in total. Ow.
Mm-hmm. They're really wild Resident Evil doggies. The last one is just able to stop slipping on the ice and join the fray at the end, but he's not able to throw an attack. Now it's Chatterbox's turn. Chatterbox is going to send his zombie, and also is going to shoot. Where is it at? Yeah. He's going to send a zombie, and he's going to pull out a wand, and he's going to fire a blast that breaks into multiple blasts as it hits the wolves that are attacking Morien, and he's going to fire a kinetic blast. So zombie does its own damage, which I'll roll for that. believe the wham on them is 2. And then Kinetic Blast. That's going to hit every enemy in that zone, and 1 bonus damage per enemy in the zone, and +5. So that's 8 damage total, plus. Oh, shit. Okay, so the zombie attacks one of the wolves and slaps it down, the one that bit Morien, just kind of gives it a light tap on the head to hit it down, and the wolf goes and falls a little bit. But the Kinetic Blast comes in and just wipes out that wolf that got hit to the ground. It hits him initially, and from it, it goes through his head and explodes and spreads out to his buddies, and the other 2 get hit by similar blasts. So one wolf was just straight up murdered by Chatterbox. And then that is the end of his turn as well.
That would put it at Kaylah.
Kaylah.
But now we've got 3 player slots, right?
Yes, 3 player slots.
Yeah.
Which are open to however you want to do it, but
you can rearrange yourselves however.
Yeah, in the beginning you can use the player slots however you want, but once you do 1 round, that's how they are for the rest of the fight.
Yep. So yeah, does anybody else want to take that spot, or shall I go?
Doesn't matter. Unless we need to, I was just gonna rain of arrows the arrow wolves at the back and let you guys deal with ones at the front.
Sounds good.
So I could technically go whenever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I'll go. I'm going to activate Phase Run,
All right.
which is going to cost me 2 mana to do. So I'll have 3 mana left over. So I've become shadowy and hard to see. I'm a little bit faster. And are we? Am I? Is it dark? It's pretty dark in this forest, isn't it?
It's overcast,
It's overcast.
but it's
okay.
still daytime.
All right. So I'm not technically in darkness or shadows.
But there are a lot of trees around, a lot of burnt out trees that you could potentially try and hide around.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate my phase run and then try to hide in the shadows or around the shadows of the trees. Which I actually don't know what I would need to roll to do that.
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay, cool.
Normally wolves are really good at tracking things, but these wolves are crazed, mutated, so you're not sure whether they're going to be able to track you as well as a normal wolf would. But you can find out once you roll. I think you got some boots that improved that, didn't you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
That is determined by the wolves' larceny rolls specifically. Oh, leash. Yeah, no. So you are able to flash step away, and the wolves have no idea where you are. They're too focused on their bloodlust to see you hiding behind the tree nearby.
Cool.
And now you're stealth.
Now I'm stealthed. Awesome.
And you can
Do I still have
still
another-
attack.
Ah, okay, cool. Well, I'm actually not going to attack because that would
Break your stealth.
break my stealth. I'm just going to stay hidden for the time being and let everybody else deal with it. And then...
Kaylah said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," and hid behind a tree while the fight continues. Next
I have
player slot.
one wolf in front of me, is that right?
You have 2 wolves in front of you. One of them's dead, and one of them looks beat up. But the other one looks like he's doing alright.
One's dead.
Mm-hmm. The one that bit you got just slammed with the zombie and a kinetic blast.
So there was 3 in front of me and 2 still standing.
So there are 3 in front of you. 2 of them are alive, yes.
Yes. Yeah, one of the dead is dead. Cool. In which case, I shall still use my cleave. So that is that plus 4 to hit both of these guys. 28 damage each.
All right, so one of the wolves, the one you start with, the top of his head is basically just completely cleaved off, and I'm sorry, I should have let you describe that. But the second wolf, it hits on his chitinous armor, and it sticks there a little bit, but it doesn't quite take him down. You have to, like, pull your weapon back out of it. He does yelp at that, though, but he's not quite gone yet. All right, last player slot. Nope, wait. Yeah, Tiberius hasn't gone yet, so.
So I'm gonna ignore the wolf that's on Morien still, and I'm going to use a rain of arrows on. All the other wolves are in the same zone, correct? So if I rain of arrows,
yes, the three, they were trapped inside of an ice circle. They just broke out, and they're coming for y'all.
Sweet. So that'll be 1d10 times 4 for my wham, plus 2 plus 4. Fuck.
Okay. So it does hit them all, luckily. Just barely. You nick the sides of their paws, and each one takes a scratch down the side, but they're still coming strong.
Have you next time considered aiming instead of spray and pray?
And then after that, I'm going to move back as far as possible.
As far as possible? Your sound cut out.
Whoops, sorry. Moving back far enough that the wolves are not going to be able to reach me on the next turn. That I'm just trying to.
Okay, so not a full 30 feet. You just like running away back.
Just back enough.
So you try to estimate how far it would take for a pack of wolves to reach you, were you to step back, and you step back that distance.
Based on
not really knowing how far mutant wolves can move. You try.
About as far as they were from me already when they lunged at Morien.
You try and double the distance.
Yeah.
And now we're back up to the top. And we are at Quizzix.
Yep.
One wolf standing next to Morien, although he looks like he has that handled. And 3 wolves have a few scratches, but they're definitely running straight at you.
To Frostwall again or not to Frostwall again? That is the question.
It didn't seem to bother them last time.
I had bought us around, but yeah, I don't think we need to this time. I will also back up a little bit further than where I was and launch a fireball in their general direction, hopefully at them. But the rolls will sell.
In the zone that they're in.
Alright, and whoops. Swim back. Fireball is plus 4. Okay. Plus 2 from the lightning.
Do y'all have Wrath? Did I give y'all Wrath? Is that why this is happening?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
So everybody should be adding plus
the archer has Wrath, unless he's just moved out of our zone.
Yeah. Oh, true. Well, you and Tiberius are now out of the rest of their zones, I guess, because you're moving back like 15 feet, roughly, in my mind. But you guys are in the same zone. You're standing right next to him.
Yep, I've moved
like,
back
that was a good idea, buddy. And then you turn and you launch a fireball.
Mm-hmm. A slightly crackly lightning-infused fireball.
Yeah, tell me how it looks. You're evolved. Is it bloody? Oh my god.
It's almost certainly my microtransactions are Val-themed where they exist.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you launch the fireball, and it blows up just right in the middle of the 3 wolves. They were still kind of groggy from getting out of the ice and getting hit by arrows, and it just explodes at them and singes their fur, but they're still up. It knocks a few of them back, but they get straight back up and continue running. Now we're at that pack of wolves' turn. So the wolves just got just absolutely obliterated by a fireball, but they're not down. And they are turning straight towards Chatterbox and running at him and going to give a big old chomp at him. Of course, everybody's like, we don't give a shit about Chatterbox. He can die.
I care about Chatterbox.
He's
Don't
doing
try
a
to be
fast way to
nice.
go, yeah?
Yeah.
Going back to
True.
so we did a new guide.
Okay, well, Chatterbox is actually pretty lithe on his feet and is able to avoid the better part of the damage, but he does get a bit of a nip on his leg. Now, last standing wolf fighting Morien. The wolf, it sees his brother's dead, and after getting hit in the head a little bit, he looks up and intensely tries to reach Morien again through the edge of your consciousness. You can feel him pushing at it. You can choose to respond if you want.
Again. Sure. What was it again to reach back?
Soul
Manipulation.
Manipulation. So, sucky up, but let's give it a shot. Helps if I put spaces in things. An 8.
Nice. So you're able to make contact with the wolf, and what you see are blurred images, just a lot of stuff that seem really like broken up. And you see massive, like chitinous creatures running around with huge scythe arms coming out of the ground and attacking wolves. You see a massive gray wolf being like covered by these chitinous creatures, and big dark blackish gray tendrils covering the wolf from the ground, and all of this coming in chopped images. And then you see all the other wolves around being transformed into these creatures that they were as the black influence, almost like a mist, covers them, and they start to mutate into what they are now. And that actually comprises the wolf's turn. Even though it's still snarling at you, it doesn't attack.
Oh.
And now we're at Chatterbox. Chatterbox, not knowing that you just made a soul bonding connection to this wolf, is gonna just straight up send his zombie to attack again. Which the zombie does not really do that much damage, but he does do a little.
Incoming.
Morien like rolled intercept or something.
You can try to stop the zombie if you want. I'll allow that. But he did roll a 9, so you'll have to take the damage.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, and
no, not for the reason that I'm just trying to avoid the damage either.
for the reason that I hate dogs. But anyway, so the zombie gets, like, seeing that the wolf is not ready for this attack, just straight up smashes into the side of its face and knocks it to the ground, but it is still alive, barely. And Chatterbox is going to just do a regular old wand attack at it. Which actually, unless he rolls a 1, I don't see this wolf surviving. Oof.
Did not roll.
Yeah.
Did not roll a 1.
Chatterbox sees the dog on the ground and pulls back his wand and easily just obliterates it with a wand blast. And the wolf's whole body ripples as the magic power goes through it, and it just falls dead. Now we're Kaylah.
Okay, so we've still got those three
somewhat roasted wolves.
somewhat roasted.
Yes, they've been cooled and roasted to perfection. Tenderized by a flight of arrows that cut them up a little bit.
Okay, so I am going to target, or I'm going to come out from behind the shadows, and use my skill that is called Elemental Hit. on the wolf, the leftmost wolf.
All right.
So I've got to figure this out because.
And you get sneak attack damage too, which I don't remember what that does. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it as well.
Well, we'll just give you an extra wham. And oh wait, surprise. That's what he calls it, not sneak.
Yes. Surprise.
Surprise!
If your opponent is surprised.
Oh well, that doesn't do it either. Yeah, we'll just give you an extra wham on it. But next time we'll. Anybody finds sneak while we're playing, let me know.
Okay, so I am rolling 1d10 times my wham of 3.
+1.
Plus the wham of sneak.
So an extra wham.
So just times 4, right? That makes sense. Yep.
Plus 12 for the. Or
And
actually,
hit.
Yeah, and you're
That's
no longer
12
in.
damage.
Yeah.
Am I and I'm no longer in range of wrath?
The wrath aura. Yeah.
1d10 times 4.
Only
And
Tiberius and.
yeah, and I am going to select to do cold damage. Oh, crap!
All right.
I missed.
So
Yeah.
you come out of the darkness with every advantage in the world to hit this wolf, and you bring your knife down, and just as you bring it down, you see its eye look at you, and it's all sad, and it's not just in pain, but it's just a sad dog, and you stop short before hitting it, and just can't quite go through with the attack.
Yep.
We're at Tiberius, who still has. Oh no, you're last. Sorry, Morien.
Oh,
Like this.
yay! So what did I still have one left in front of me, or did they all get killed and it's the other pack?
Yeah, no, that guy got destroyed by Chatterbox, but there's 3 over there. Kaylah's right next to them, and your other buddies are standing behind you. Chatterbox is right next to you.
No
yeah.
problem.
The zombie's standing next to you.
So, this gives me. Going to use my leap slam. Trying to read everything it does. No, just +2 damage to everything. Okay. In the zone. Incoming. And right into the pack of 3 wolves.
You launch from the dead bodies of the wolves that you were fighting before and the zombie. You crouch down and you launch yourself into the pack of wolves near Kaylah, totally freaking them out, not expecting to see a human come out of nowhere. And you do reasonable damage, but they're just more surprised than hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna try to rain of arrows him again.
All right.
No, I'm not.
We're having an awful
Tiberius,
trouble finishing.
also an avid animal lover, just reaches back with his bow and pulls back another rain of arrows, and you fire it at the wolves. And just something in the back of your head prevents you from killing these poor mistreated animals. And the magical splitting arrows you fired can tell that. So each one comes right next to a wolf, but doesn't quite hit it.
Guys, I think
Now we're
there's
back up
something
to the
with these wolves.
We're back up to the top. And Quizzix, who is not an animal lover,
Not thus far. Well, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Fireball!
You roll a 1. I'll laugh my ass off.
It will be hilarious if I roll one.
I'm gonna make you hit Kaylah and Morien if you roll a 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
He doesn't like any animals, including humans.
Well, it's fine because it'll be funny.
He's a chaotic evil Vol. Oh my god.
Add half.
Alright, well, how does that happen? They're gone, so tell me what happens.
I mean, it does exactly what you expect when fire hits a bunch of pre-warmed in the oven wolves. They are very, very barbecued and crispy.
So, without even an explosion, the fireball comes between the wolves and consumes them, and all you see before you is 3 still standing burnt corpses of wolf, and it smells a little bit like chicken.
Some bones that just like clutter to the ground comically.
All right, and even the flesh is burnt off as their bones crash to the ground with a puff of ash, and those wolves are dead. After a small bit of gathering yourselves after the fight with these misshapen wolves, of course, Chatterbox and his zombie don't look like it's anything different. This is just daily life for them. Mm-hmm. But strangely, you do see 3 orbs fly up, like come up from the wolves, which does surprise Chatterbox, since normally only humans can control soul power. But it's 2 greens and a red, and you'll have to walk near them to see what they are. But you can definitely see what they are.
Did they come out of that pack that was just killed, or the 3 that weren't in the Frostwall?
1 came from the one that kept trying to reach out for Morien, the red one, and then 2 green ones came from the wolves you barbecued. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so we got 2 dashes. And...
I wonder what they are now.
Shield.
Have a look.
Taking shields.
So you guys can come near them and try to check out what they are.
Sure, why not?
Which one do you want to look at?
I'll look at the green ones.
So you walk over to the green ones, and you get a vision of the wolves as young pups, just running through the forest as quickly as possible, chasing down rabbits and jumping from the side of a tree straight to the rabbit. And it looks like they're just dashing to chase down their prey. So 2 green dashes come from these wolves.
I would rather like a movement skill.
I would definitely take a dash. We'll see what the others want.
I'm going to go and have a look at what that red one was.
All right. As you come near the red one, you see that this wolf once was the leader of a great pack. They felt a lot of pride running for the first ones and hunting down the lesser creatures of the world. And to call the pack, it would rear its head up and make release a large cry, and all of its brothers would come to meet it, and it would strengthen its bond between the pack, and it's an enduring cry, which is the first introduction we have to charges.
Yeah. So enduring cry.
I need to go read the skill description.
But it also is a taunt.
I will.
Well, unless there's any objections, I want to take a dash.
Might grab the other one.
I am
Did
going
you already
to...
have leap slam?
Mm-hmm. I got room for greens at the moment, so...
Well, fine, take 2
I mean...
skills then. I'm going to stay away from enduring cry.
Yeah. Well, unless you want the dash, Ildriss, and you're welcome to it.
I know that I don't want the enduring cry.
I'll take the enduring cry.
Yeah.
Oh. What kind of build is this?
It's a stealthy taunt people and disappear in front of their face build, right?
You enduring cry, then you stealth away and just confuse enemies.
Yes. Duh.
You can use the one you're undead.
It's like a kite tank.
You can raise
That's
your
exactly
undead.
what it is. Who can raise... Sorry? Oh.
Or don't you? Yeah.
I don't have raise undead.
Didn't you?
Nope.
You had zombies.
That was...
Chatterbox has zombies.
I don't think we've had any undead.
Yeah, no minion skills have come up yet. unless you decide to turn on Chatterbox and kill him for his skills.
Or let him accidentally get the unlucky end of the stick in a combat.
He's pretty good. He's pretty strong,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't try it, but
No,
you can. You can sure give it a shot. It's
You
one
cannot
against
try
all
it.
y'all.
No, I like Chatterbox. We're keeping him.
He's pretty talkative once he's got someone else's mouth to talk through. All right,
It's
so
really polite.
have we determined who gets what? Everybody good? Who got the 2 dashes?
Me and Morien.
All right.
Well, I'm happy to skip it if you wanted it there. If Quizzix
Dash
wants
makes
it.
you lucky with any maneuver or athletics check on your turn and increases your speed by 2 as a minor action. Costs 2 mana. I mean, you can take it. You were there first. That's right. I don't need it desperately or anything.
But it might get you further away if you're going to be blasting things. You're welcome to it first. Get you out of sticky situations.
You can both roll a 1d10, and whoever gets the largest one gets it.
Sure. Let's leave it up to luck.
That sounds.
So both Quizzix and Morien walk over to the skill gem, and they put their hands up. And the time-honored tradition of Rochambeau, knowing that throughout the years, no matter how long ago, no matter how old, everyone knows this game. And Morien just nods, wisdom,
And then
and
kicks
Quizzix.
Ildriss in the ball. Quizzix right in the ball.
and kicks Ildriss in the balls, not really understanding the game, but definitely seeing this as some sort of brotherly gesture. Kicks him in the balls, grabs the gem, and consumes it, and now he knows dash. Tiberius walks past
Quizzix
them.
rolling on the ground in pain, wishing he knew dash a moment ago.
Tiberius sees this happen and walks past them and just shakes his head at these youngsters and grabs Dash and inputs it into his chest. And Kaylah, you took Enduring Crime?
Yep.
Avoiding all this testosterone-fueled toxic masculinity, Kaylah walks over and crushes the Enduring Cry in her hands, and it consumes into her body. All right. So we killed them wolves, but there is not a level. You did not get a level from that. The journey continues. The rest of the journey is fairly uneventful, but it does take quite a bit of time, probably 4 or 5 hours of walking through the woods. You come upon a lot of streams that have been either emptied or just look very stagnant, just real dirty. A lot of burnt areas in the woods, a lot of battles. There's bones and bodies on the ground in some places, but they're all decayed. And you see more of those bone pits that you found when you first entered here. And some skeletons, like idle-looking skeletons, are walking around them trying to claw their way out. But eventually, you do come upon the crest of a hill. And on the top of the hill, Chatterbox will slow down and he'll crouch and he'll motion for all of you to crouch. And he'll look down from the top and you can see the massive mining camp in front of you. So his zombie also crouches, just like perfectly mimicking what Chatterbox does. And he turns to you and he starts explaining about the camp. So listen, the plan is there's a cache of mining explosives in the supply shed near the entrance. You'll need to load them up into a cart and push them towards the back where the supports are, and set the timer and then explode it, blow it up. This will stop the mining operations long enough for us to mount the counteroffensive. You'll have to figure out some way to get the sulfite power back on in order to survive in the mines. Many miners go missing or die in the darkness without it.
Dun, dun, dun.
All the carts are on tracks though, so you shouldn't get lost. Just stay in the light.
Sounds uncomfortable.
Sounds intriguing.
Stay in the light.
All right.
Did we level up or anything from those
Do you have
wolves?
any questions for Chatterbox or Chatterbox's buddy?
No, we didn't level up from the
Okay,
wolves.
guys.
Yeah, no level up on that one.
Now, mana does return out of combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yep. And don't forget you have flasks that restore either or.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Like,
What
you got
the
each one
flask
of you got a
was?
flask from the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
So looking down in the camp, it is a circular bowl, basically, up against a large mountain with a big cave entrance. There's a pretty tall wooden fence around it with 2 entrances, and the fence, or the wall, pretty much at this point, since it's like 2 people high, has a bunch of like claw marks in it and pock marks in it. It looks like it's been pretty beaten up. But there's 2 entrances. You can see 2 guards at both entrances, 2 Templars standing guard. But oddly, most of the camp looks pretty empty. You can see a few slaves like walking around, pushing stuff back and forth, but definitely not as many as there should be for a camp of this size. What else? Oh, the cave and the mountain does like look a little familiar to Tiberius and Quizzix, which you can roll a lore check if you want to know more.
Certainly.
Also, even from up here, you can smell sulfur. It's really thick in the air. And if anyone does not know what sulfur smells like, it's the rotten egg scent.
We both suck.
We both suck. I
You
sucked
guys have
less.
horrible memories. So actually, hold on now. It wasn't that hard of a DC. What the hell? All right. So, Quizzix, you recognize the mountain at least, although not the mine within it, as one that was near the Empire, but sort of out of your reach. But some of the Asmiri would talk about this cave being important to them. You're not really sure why, though. You never, in your journeys and your studies, you never really found time to go spelunking. It wasn't just one of your hobbies. And Tiberius, you do see the cave, and you do understand that this was once part of the Great Eternal Empire, but you're not sure which part. You can't really locate where you are in the Empire, but you know where you are geographically now. You're in the middle of where the Empire used to be,
Cool.
or will be. Either way.
So I just am checking with Chatterbox. Get in, blow it up, get out. That's what we need to do, right?
Pretty simple. I would wait on the army, though, like Sin said. We want to make sure that those guards don't cause a problem. Of course, you do have pretty nice disguises, so you could try right now. I don't know if they are going to notice the difference. Although it does seem really quiet down there.
Yeah. Suspiciously quiet. Perhaps we should get our disguises on and be prepared to move into camp when the offensive is launched. Pretend to be reinforcements until people stop paying attention.
Sounds like
That sounds good.
idea.
I put on my Templar robe.
Like kick him in the balls again. No, I mean,
or like the 2 Stooges. All right. So everybody's going to put on their Templar outfits.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, so everybody's got on their nice white Templar outfits, laying in the dirty ground, and Sin just ironed them for you. But anyway, so you're laying on the ground, you're waiting there, and you wait a few hours, and nothing happens. The Sin did say the army was coming, just a few hours behind you. You wait a few hours, and nothing. A few more hours go by, and still nothing. And the sun is starting to get a little low. But finally, you hear. Well, let me see if you do hear. Make a perception check.
God damn, I haven't rolled higher than a 3 today.
You're gonna crit when it's important.
You're going to crit.
Nice.
It might be comical and not important, but you're going to crit soon.
All right. So because a couple of you passed, you do hear footsteps coming up from behind you, and they're broken, not even footsteps, but they are coming.
Sounding like a small group of people or a large group of people?
It just sounds like one person.
Well, I'm definitely going to turn around and take a look at who that might be.
Yeah.
And you see, shambling through the woods, it's Tomuel, which is the guy with the big staff, the big, happy, fat guy with the big spear. and he's struggling to come up to you through the woods, and before he can really come like close enough to speak with you, he's all bloody and he falls to the ground.
Is he dead?
Does it look like there's anyone following him?
You do not see anyone following him.
Is he dead?
There's only one way to find out.
And one other question.
Kick him in the nuts.
in these hours that we've been waiting for the army to show up, has there been pretty much like the same sort of almost no activity going on in the camp?
Yeah, you see a couple of more guards you didn't notice before, though, that are standing outside the cave entrance. Didn't really see where they came from, but they were there now and they weren't there before. But that's really the only new people that have showed up. The slaves are still running, like walking around mechanically, pushing stuff back and forth. You're not even really able to discern like what each of their jobs are. They seem to just be randomly pushing stuff around, but you're also not a mine worker, so who knows?
Sure, well, let's approach the dude and see if he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come near Tomul, he's breathing, and he tries to get himself up, and he's all bloody, and he looks up. They attacked us as soon as we left camp. Like, as soon as we walked out. I'm not sure. We had to have been betrayed. Somebody betrayed us. Sin is missing, and they stole the gem. They stole our reserve. He coughs up blood. Your last hope. You have to do this. Destroy the mine.
If they took Sin's gem reserve, does it even matter?
Yeah, did they take enough?
Are you asking him that?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't see innocence there. But I don't know. Maybe it doesn't anymore. Maybe all of this doesn't matter. Maybe this never mattered. The animals are gonna kill us eventually.
Was there enough for him to complete his ascension?
There was enough. Yeah, I mean, Sin kept telling us there was enough, but none of us really knew how much power it takes to make a god. I think there was.
I'm going to push both Quizzix and attempt to push Morien out of the way and try and offer him my flask, my health flask.
I thought about it, decided not to.
Yeah, you guys are assholes. You just keep asking all the he can barely breathe. Maybe
But that's not my concern. My concern is getting knowledge and information.
Exactly, and he might be more open with knowledge and information if he's not dead.
While y'all are arguing about this, he dies. Sorry, he has to die now. Because it took too long for you guys to kill him. Yeah, so Kaylah comes up and begins arguing about saving the man's life, and he's just reaching up at you while you're talking to each other. And he dies.
What's the loot? What do we get?
Yeah,
Wow.
you can check his body if you want.
What's anymore? He's died.
He's got a pretty nice spear, and it's a magic spear. And he's got a regular old iron armor. Metal armor. And he's got leather boots. Well, y'all want any of this man's stuff? Keep in mind, Chatterbox is watching y'all, and you don't know, but he looks very sad behind that slate black mask. And his zombie is crying, which is just very disturbing looking.
Well, he didn't help save him either. I'm pretty sure he's going
to... He figured you would, I guess. I don't know. But he turns around and he's just like got his face and mask in his hands, and his zombie is making these loud and dramatic sobbing noises.
Oh, poor zombie.
Poor zombie.
Are you going to take his shit?
Well, we may as well now.
I kind of
well. Oh, he also has an empty flask on him. He tried to drink it, I guess, but you don't really know. It's empty now.
So, Chatterbox, the mine, or do we head back?
The zombie looks up from its crying. This is our last chance. We have to do this. We have to destroy this place. It's the only thing, or else all of this was for nothing.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, and if we're going to do it, we should be as prepared as possible, and I'm going to take the dude's chest plate.
All right.
Full body armor.
A regular
And
old.
then I'm gonna slam a transmute into it and make it.
You pick it up. You it takes you a while because he's a big guy, and you're moving him around, jostling. And finally, you get the thing off, and you immediately just smush the orb into it. And now you can roll to see what happens. You horrible person.
That's
Also,
1D100.
each one of you can carry 2 flasks, so someone can take his flask. Of course, if you don't want to respect him, you can take his flask. So let's see, what's 52 on a chess piece? That is 1d4 resistance. Plus, 1d4 resistance. Plus 2. I think it's supposed to be a plus.
Plus 2, so it'll be 5.
Yeah, 5 resist. So you got some Ellie resist on that chess piece.
And what type of chest was it again? Let me just plug it real quick.
And sorry, you're supposed to roll.
Roll for signature.
You're right. Because you transmuted it, you didn't pick up the magic spear, so you're good.
Yeah.
So 5 resist, extra on you.
So that was it. Just a heavy plate.
It is a heavy plate, yeah. Tier 1, whatever the iron armor equivalent is. So that's a pretty tanky piece of gear right there. Your
Plus
resist
6
cap.
armor, minus 2 maneuver, minus 2 athletics.
Yep.
Good on you.
Oh, now you got that dash. You're like a tower shooting arrows.
Minus 2 maneuver and athletics, but at least it's lucky with minus 2.
And he gets. I keep forgetting you get lucky initiative for having a bow. Don't forget your implicits on your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't forgotten.
So is anyone taking anything else from him?
Well, somebody may as well take his shoes. I've already got nice boots.
I don't know.
I've already got gear. I don't need his stuff. I wanted his information. Kaylah didn't heal him quick enough.
Excuse
It was
me?
Kaylah's fault. You're not sure, but the general air of the group is that it was totally Kaylah's fault.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit with the zombie and cry.
The zombie puts his horrible-looking, beat-up meat arm around your shoulder.
Thank you.
So, okay, nothing else from him? Nobody's taking the spear or his shoes? His flask? You took his shirt off, but you're not going to take any of his other stuff?
Right.
I got to leave him with some feet dignity.
All right.
Wait. Oh no. Well,
Do you have
An
boots?
odd bit of
we can't.
civil
I don't.
history in the Vol histories is that a person's shoes are buried with them always in order to run from the blood gods of death.
Fine, I'll take his boots.
And then as you're sitting there praying over the man's feet, Morien comes up and just starts pulling the shoes off. He's not too sure about shoes in general, but he decides these look nice and just yanks them off Timul's. And Timul's a big guy, Morien's a big guy, so they just happen to fit real nice.
Nice. Just a plain set of boots, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Is
plain set of
Tiberius
leather
also a
boots.
big guy, or is he kind of rattling around in 2 loose chest armor?
He's definitely he's a big Templar man, so it's still a little big for him.
Okay.
It's still a little big for him, like around the waist. It's obviously custom built with like this a little wider than it should be, but the shoulders fit at least. He didn't have the pot belly that Tomul had. So there's a spear and a flask. Okay, we're gonna move on unless anyone takes.
Morien probably should take the flask, seeing he keeps getting his face bashed in.
Sure, I got one that'll make a second flask. Oh, do we get charges, by the way, from killing all the wolves?
Yeah. You had full charges on the start of this because you get it when you rest. And then,
okay.
so the second flask does not have any charges, though, but your original flask does.
All right, cool. I will definitely take that, actually.
All right. And you set the spear next to him. You stab it into the ground in front of him as a grave marker. And Timul's body rests after being all its stuff stolen by some murder hobos. So, nothing left to do but try to enter the camp and finish what you started. You can try to inspect the wall. You can try to just walk straight in. Or do whatever you can think to do. But there's no army coming, no backup.
But it's also, if they were attacking the camp and it looks empty, then it's probably as empty as it's going to get as well.
Possibly, yeah.
We should just try and go through the gate.
Don't
so
forget that they were betrayed, and you don't know the length of that betrayal.
Yeah. Somebody knew they were coming. Who? How did they know? Like, I'm putting this question to Chatterbox. Do we know? Is there somebody that might have betrayed Sin?
The zombie's still like this with the. Everyone was so dedicated to the cause. I can't imagine anybody would have betrayed us like this. We all lost family and friends doing this thing. I don't know. I don't want to accuse anyone. I just want to finish this. It was probably the mage. Harkin. Yeah, he was always an asshole. He used to write words on my mask when I slept, and then I'd put it on. It would say, like, penis or something, and I didn't know until the end of the day.
Okay.
Well, he sounds like a bit of a dick.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's him. I don't want to accuse. I'm just in mourning.
Understandable.
Have a
Looks
nice
like
day.
almost evening.
So how many Templars are there standing guarding the gate in?
So there are 2 Templars, 2 at each entrance. There's an entrance facing the south, which you came from the south, so north of you is the camp. And 2 are facing the south, and 2 are facing the west. And there's a road going back that way. And the wall leaves a fairly large amount of space in between the 2 because it's a pretty big camp for being the last mining camp up against this mountain. But there is a pretty big section of the wall that's unguarded when it's touching against the mountain itself on both sides inside this bowl.
Well, we should probably try and sneak in so that we don't have to explain ourselves to the guards on the outside. Because once we're in, our Templar disguises are probably better than trying to get into the camp.
Or you could try inspecting the wall a little closer if you'd like.
I want to inspect the wall a little bit closer, please.
Why would you think to do that? See, if you see anything, the wall is pretty beat up from what looks like a bunch of animals attacking it.
Perception, yeah?
Yeah. There isn't an investigation for some reason. Perception. Okay. So, you notice out of the corner of your eye, the end of the wall closest to the mountain, there's a miscolored spot on it. It looks a lot darker than the rest of the wall. But that's all you can really tell.
I'm going to point it out to Quizzix. There's something, see, the wall, it's a bit different. You see it, yeah?
I look at the general spot on the wall that Kaylah is indicating to. And I assume I see a miscoloration.
All you see is a darker bit of wood there than the rest of it, miscolored, but you're far enough away that you can't tell why. It could just be wet.
Okay.
Well, can we... Does it look reasonable that we could get to that section of the wall without being seen by the guards?
You could give it a shot. So they're within a bowl, sort of, and you're on top of a hill. So you could continue to stay on the other side of the hill and walk around, and then come in from that, which will make it. Why am I? Okay. Yes, you could try.
Yes.
But they're inside a bowl. So yeah, you can sneak around to be closer to it, but you'll still have to try and sneak up to it.
Alternatively, can I not stealth and go and check it out?
Well, that's how we would try to sneak in, I assume, is by rolling stealth.
Yes, you can stealth if you would like. But it's going to be easier or harder depending on how you do it.
Yeah, well, I would like to go and take a closer look at that section of wall, so I want to move around outside the bowl until I'm in kind of the best spot to go straight down to it without...
All right, so you can still see it. It's a little clearer now. Looks like the spot is about half a person in height against one of the pieces, the 2 of the pieces of long wood that are set up for the wall, but still can't really tell much else about it. It is about, let's see. So, it's probably about 60 feet away, which I'm not sure how to convert that.
It's
10 people.
some number.
10 people, that's fine. We'll say 10 people away.
I'm used to feet distance from D&D.
Ah, okay. Well, it's 20 meters. How about that?
Let's see.
Close
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, divided by 3 is a good approximation.
It's 10 isolation lengths.
Yeah.
It's 0.27 parsecs away.
Do we want to send Kaylah in to investigate it with phase run? Or phasing? Seeing she's less likely to be seen than us? To
We should
investigate
take
that
a
part of the
closer
wall
look
further?
at this.
Do you think it's worth going and having a better look at it? I
All
can
right.
go.
There.
Yeah, I can go.
But one of the guards just peed on the wall.
Maybe, but we'll find out.
Go ahead, Kaylah.
Cool.
All right, so if you're going to make the run, then I will need you to roll stealth. And I need to know if you're going to use phase run or not.
All of my mana's back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will. I'll use phase run.
All right, let me take a peek at phase run real quick. So I know what makes you hard to see.
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, okay. Your phase, you can hide anywhere in darkness or in shadow. If in darkness or shadow, you automatically gain stealth. Oh, nice. Forcing your opponents to use perception to check to see you. It lasts 2 turns. Oh shit, you gain a bonus to 8 to melee attacks at the end if you use it to end your phase run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So yeah, it does help with your stealth a little bit, but there's no discernible shadow around you in order to hide it, and it just improves your stealth by 4. And then I will be rolling the guard's perception when you did. Big money. Oh, no. All right. So the guards are definitely just tired of sitting up there. They've been up there for, pretty much as long as you've been here, hours and hours, and they are just sleeping on the job, and you're able to run straight up to the discoloration in the wall. And as you get closer, it becomes clearer and clearer that it looks like it's a bit rotted, and you could potentially break it, but you're not sure how stealthy that would end up being.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the obvious question is Fireball a loud spell?
Yeah. Fireball is a loud spell. It explodes.
It does
so,
actually
yeah.
cause explosion sounds? Yes, okay.
Yes. However, your knowledge of fire, you could try and light it without making it explode by coming up to it and flame touching it, but you'll have to be very careful with your soul crafting in order to make sure that the fire within you does not explode.
I mean, burning down the camp does sound like good fun.
It's going to happen one way or the other, right?
Well, if you burn things down over there, that would make a nice distraction. Well, we go in from here.
Set the rotted bit on fire, sneak around to the other side, and as people start to react to the fire, head in.
That actually sounds.
That sounds worth trying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm going to give that a go. What kind of soul thing do I need to roll? Soul manipulation or soul craft?
Okay, so what are you doing? Explain your physics on this. Also, Kaylah's still down there at the wall, so please don't kill her.
Or do.
No friendly fire, remember?
Outside of combat, there is.
This is fire. It's indiscriminatory.
Okay, so it's not friendly fire.
Yeah, it's ambivalent.
Unfriendly fire.
Ambivalent fire. Yeah.
Enemy fire.
I think I'm going to. I guess I have this idea, and I want to sneak down and meet up with Kaylah at the wall. So I'm going to try
All right.
stealth down there.
Perception. Where's that?
This is going to go horribly wrong.
Oof.
Oof. Well, they spot me. I haven't rolled yet, but even if I crit, they spot me.
Okay. So
You get a +5. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
so
both
do
of you.
they, I assume.
So do
Yeah,
they,
so do they.
though.
Damn.
All right. So since you both crit, the guard does actually see you running down there, and he like gets a good look, and you guys match eyes for a little bit, and he sees this like crazy-looking Templar man running straight at the wall, and he has this moment of cognitive dissonance, and he's like, nah, and just goes back to looking outside. But he does like tell his buddy, "I saw. Did you just see that crazy man running straight at the wall, dressed like us?" And he's like, "You're seeing things, but go send Tommy. Go send Tommy to check it out." And he raises up some flags like this at the guys at the mine entrance, and one of them just like sighs and goes and walks over to where you guys are running towards the wall.
Are we
You
aware
have
that
time
this
to
is
do one thing.
You have time to do one thing.
Yeah. This guy is not hurrying. It is a fairly large camp, but he's coming over there. To him, it just looks like a wall, but there's little slats where he could potentially look out. He's just coming to take a peek.
Screw it, let's go ahead with it. Kayla, get out of the way.
Okay.
I'll light this sucker up.
All right. So let me take a look at the skills here. Between soul manipulation and soul craft. This sounds more like soul manipulation, I believe. Yeah, because soulcraft is making things in the real world, and soul manipulation is manipulating soul energy. So, make a soul manipulation roll. To try and not to explode it really loud.
Oh, that was pretty decent.
Nice. All right. So you're able to calm your storm a little bit, even though you still got your lightning wire on, and you hold your hand up against the wall.
It's not my
and
it's Tiberius's.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, you hold your hand up against the wall, and the bits of rotted wood start to burn away and make a sizable hole in it. But at the same time, Kaylah is standing behind you, and she can see the bottom half of a Templar still walking up, and he sees this happen, and he starts running a little bit quicker. And he's going to come up to the hole and reach down like, "What in the hells are you doing? Oh, why are you burning my wall down?"
Hand in the phone.
Damn it, why
I
does
believe in Ildriss' bluff skill. The wall was damaged. You're here to replace it.
You're way back at the hill. Are you yelling this at him? It was damaged.
Ed.
Kaylah and Quizzix, he's looking at you like he doesn't like, he's not hostile. He doesn't look like he doesn't recognize you, but he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Couldn't you see? It was all rotten here. The animals are going to get in soon enough. Need to replace it.
Yeah, they haven't sent us any new wood in a while, but I don't know. So go ahead and roll what's the bluff in here? Called negotiation? There's no persuasion, is there?
There's negotiation, charm, intimidate.
So roll negotiation. Unless you're going to try to date him, in which case, charm.
Possible.
Wait, don't you get a +2 on everything?
No, negotiation charm.
Oh,
general
right,
ones.
you guys told me that. The general ones don't do plus. So he's like, yeah, those chief asses. All right, well, listen, you can't have you burning down walls without letting us know. Just, you might have hurt somebody. You're gonna have to fix this up, but get the fuck inside. There's monsters out there.
All right. We'll get inside.
Yep, we're coming.
All right. And he tries to help you through the burnt wall, trying to avoid the sparks and stuff on the ground. Is this all they sent? We were supposed to have a lot more reinforcements here.
Oh, well, it's just the two of us, I'm afraid. I don't know I don't know what they told you was coming.
Whatever. Listen, go make sure that the power shed is taken care of. We got a lot of explosives in there, and I don't want any of those troublemakers that are supposed to be coming to bother them.
Troublemakers? We weren't told about any troublemakers.
Now this makes him raise his eye a little bit. You weren't, were you?
Well, we were told to get further instructions when you got here. Thank you, sir. Which one's the explosive shed? Sorry.
We better go talk to the foreman.
Well, lead the way.
So he turns and he begins walking back through the camp. There are buildings pretty much everywhere, but there's one big long building with a bunch of wires running underneath it out into the cave, right up against the side of the mountain. And there are carts everywhere. The sulfur smell is a lot stronger. The carts have little lamps hanging off the front of them, and some of them are filled with dull gems, but you don't see any glowing gems in them. And he's going to take you to a small house in the center of the camp. Looks like a little home, but not very nice. Just a little small living area. And the foreman's going to look out the window as you come by, and then he opens the door and walks out to talk to you. Oh, hello. Are you with the Templars? Are you here to inspect the shipments?
We were here to do some repairs and shore up the defenses.
Right. And he looks at the Templar you're with, and kind of calls him over, and they go and they talk. You don't hear what they're saying. But you can do something while this is happening.
Can me and what are they doing with the wall where they burn it? Have they just?
Yeah, no one's there now. It's pretty much wide open.
So me and Morien can make our way into the camp.
Okay.
I think so.
So you guys can roll stealth with advantage, because the guys that were, or lucky, I guess is what they call it in this, but the guys that were looking outside the wall haven't seen much to entertain them in a while, and they're just pretty much laser focused on what's happening with Kaylah and Quizzix. Nice.
And you said lucky, yeah, so we can roll again and take a fire?
Yeah, you roll a higher one.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'll definitely take that first one.
Unless these guys roll... Okay. Alright. So...
Oof. Who's rolling?
10s, they rolled a 12. Yeah, so... They see y'all coming in, and he yells, "Dax, there's another one!" And the foreman looks up. Bring your friends here, too. Bring them here. It's fine. We need all the reinforcements we can get, right? And he laughs weird and nervously. He's a small man. Are you all coming? So the guard sees you and yells at you, Go meet the foreman in the center!
Fine. Are they,
It's
like
extremely-
a hut, or is this out? Are you open in the center, or
What?
was it like a hut in the center, or?
It's like a house, almost like a tiny home that someone had built there for the foreman. He lives on the grounds.
It's
And as you're walking by, you guys are seeing all the slaves that are moving around and pushing carts. They're eyeing you on the side of their eye. Everyone's kind of paying attention to you, and they look pretty well built for slaves, but they could just because they're mining their entire lives.
Cool. Straight into.
Are you guys gonna walk to the foreman and come meet him?
Yep.
Don't really have a choice.
Listen, you should come inspect the latest shipment. We all want to make sure it's taken care of, and we have some building supplies in the shed. Just follow me. And he starts walking off. You guys gonna follow him? The other Templar gets behind you, and he's got his weapon in his hand.
Yes, I am going to follow him.
All right, so the foreman walks to the edge of the camp, basically on the very other side from where the large building with the wires was in the opening of the cave, and he comes up to the door of this massive barn type building, and he opens the door and bows in front, like as he opens it, and just kind of waits on you to walk in.
After you.
Can we see in before we walk in?
You can. It's dim, but you can see just a big pile of gems in there, and some crates and barrels and everything that are set up.
Full gems or empty gems?
They are empty from what you can tell, but it's a pretty big pile. So are you guys gonna go in? You gonna try to not go in?
I'm gonna roll for intimidate on him and tell him to go in first.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
Angrily.
Tell me what you say.
Fuck. Trying to think of how to word it.
Abusively.
Yeah, angrily. You got a time.
I can see that. That doesn't help. Is he carrying a light or anything, seeing it's all dark in there?
He's not inside. He's standing outside. He does not have a light. It's dim.
Does he have a light?
He does not have a lamp on him, but his Templar buddy does. It was standing near the cave of the mine cave. He has a little lantern.
And he's with us?
He is behind you, yeah.
I'm gonna push him or pull him in front with my intimidate roll.
All right, so
and
you'd have to.
You go first so that we can see.
Are you using your words to push or pull him? Otherwise, you're gonna have to make a different check, like a what is it?
Yeah. I mean, using my words.
Check. All right, so what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna angrily say it's too dark in there. We need a light, and then turn around and like snarl at the guy with the light, try and get him to go first.
All right, go ahead and roll the intimidate check.
Still not higher than 3 on anything that matters.
No, actually, he's like he just sighs. Okay, whatever. He walks ahead of you and cuts on his lamp and goes in and holds it out and turns back and does this number.
I guess we can follow him in now.
Everybody going in?
Sure. Welcome to the Death Trap Dungeon.
All right, so everybody goes in. As soon as you walk through the door, it slams down behind you, and you hear a large clunk.
It's just us and that guard still?
It's us and you and that guard, and the guard has his lamp, and he's just like walking pretty normally. He hears the clunk too, but it doesn't seem to bother him very much.
So this is the shipment you were talking about?
Yeah, sure, yeah. You can roll to look around if you'd like. Try to see what you can see. You do see the big pile of gems. That's pretty obvious. Crates and barrels of things. There's 2 ladders going up to a second story you didn't see from the door. And it's sort of an open wooden second story like you'd see in a barn. Just 2 ladders going up to it. Just one big wooden platform. You can't really see anything else on top of it. You can only see like the first half. But there's windows high up on the sides, streaming down. The second story is about 2 people high.
I take a bit of a look around as we're walking through.
Okay, so you see, you do notice underneath some of the gems are some barrels that, are marked a little bit differently. They have a red stripe down the side of them. Underneath the gems, kind of covered by them. And the guard is continuing to walk pretty leisurely. And finally, as soon as he reaches the back of he walks to the side of the pile of gems, and then he immediately jumps behind the gems, and you hear him like struggling, and then and you hear people talking, and finally you see a Templar walk out and just like brushes himself off, and he curses, and he like hits somebody else behind the gems, and him and another Templar come walking out from behind there, and he's got a big shield and a scepter in his hand, and he's a large blonde man, very very imperious looking, about like probably 6'3", stout. And his buddy is a really small, lithe, but also lithe and skinny man. He's got a claw and a dagger in his hand, and he looks pretty vicious. He's got a patch over his eye. But the Templar with the shield walks up, and
sorry, are you part of the
he comes within the light, and he smiles at you and hears you speak, but he doesn't respond. He just says, "You thought your little ruse could fool the unyielding eye of innocence? We've known about the upstart's plan for a long time. You four, the only factor we weren't prepared for, but no matter." And he throws his scepter to the ground. "My Lord of Purity hath provided me a holy boon just for you." And he like reaches back into his pocket.
I'm gonna punch him
pulls
before
out
he
a
gets any further. Just boom. As soon as he throws that down, I'm just gonna slam him in the face. Yep.
Make an athletics check.
No problem. Where is my athletics? There we go.
He also is going to make an athletics.
Opposing rolls. Come on.
Oh!
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, so he's still talking, and he's looking down at his gloves, and he gets one of them on, and one of them's half on, and he's like, ah! And then you punch him square in the face with the other glove. He barely catches it, and he gets knocked back a little bit. And his friend behind him is going to immediately attack you. So everybody needs to roll for initiative.
Yep.
Oh, you might have saved yourself just now.
As soon as he threw that down, he started talking. I'm like,
oh yeah.
No, not giving you a chance. Bad guys that monologue. Hell no.
It's a nice -2 for my initiative.
This is y'all's first boss, technically. Don't forget to roll advantage with your bow.
Yeah, already did.
Yep.
6 and a 10.
Nice.
And that's for the two of them. The second one is the guy with the dagger. The first one is the guy you punched. Of course, no matter what he rolls, he gets pushed down to the bottom for being freaking jacked in the face. And then there's 2 more rolls that need to be made, but I'm not going to tell you why. Okay. Freaking order. Funnest part of setting up combat. This is why Roll20 is also nice.
Yeah, the initiative tracker is very nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. So, looks like both Tiberius and the guy rolled a 10, right? I'm looking at that right. That's your 10.
There's Morien has an 11, and the
Morien has 11.
third of your rolls was an 11.
Okay.
Followed by the 2 10s.
Tiberius, you're going to get to go first because you have a bow and he has a dagger, so you can probably shoot him before he gets to you.
Fair.
You guys don't even know their names, but their names are Fresius and Carnus.
Which one's which?
Carnus is the guy that was trying to put on the gloves, and Fresius is his demented little brother. Then Kaylah, where's Quizzix?
He's -3, -2.
Yeah, I blast. Full stop.
Okay. Well, now I mean the guy that got punched is full stop less, but
even critically failing the initiative, he got punched in the face.
Quizzix and Carnus. All right.
Don't forget, you can do the advantage thing in one line with the 2d10, keep 1.
All right. So, Morien, you took the initiative and literally took the initiative by punching Carnus directly in the jaw as he was monologuing at you. So, you get to go first.
Very good. Heavy strike, the same dude.
Heavy punch followed by heavy strike.
I forgot what weapon you have. What kind of weapon are you wielding?
I got the two-handed mace
The mace?
slash maul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes your Templar outfit look even more complete.
Yes, it's got the right symbology on there and everything. Okay, where is it? Heavy strength. So that plus 10. You're running Wrath, I'm assuming, or not yet.
Yep, +2.
So that plus 2. And his threshold is reduced by 6.
Well,
with a heavy slam. What do I get? There we go.
Nice.
bam! Yeah, you pull up your mace and you rock him down the face there. And it does hit pretty hard, but he's wearing some pretty heavy duty armor, so not too phased by it, but he definitely took a little bit of damage on that. His nose is bloodied, not just from the punch, but the subsequent mace in the face.
And was his threshold 46 or below?
It was not.
Okay.
He is a big, tanky man. All right. So it's the next mystery roll. From the top of on the second story, you see a guy come up with a bow, and he looks down and he points it straight at Tiberius, and he takes a shot. There's a bow-wielding Templar up there. And it's just a normal, everyday, regular old shot. Not everybody has magic. But it's with a bow. Whoa. That's a D20, sorry.
That's a D20. Please no.
Still playing D&D in my mind. All right. Hey, all right, there you go.
A much more
He takes a
reasonable
bow
looking number.
shot directly at Tiberius.
Okay, cool. So I've got 13.5 armor. So
You
Only
shouldn't
take-
have any 0.5s.
No, but we do.
Yeah, they all round down.
we do, because you get my dexterity.
They all round
It rounds down.
Yeah, they
Oh, they
all
all
round down.
The,
Oh, it
the
doesn't-
sheet,
doesn't
the
round down,
sheet is
so-
set up to just do the calculation. It doesn't have the floor inbuilt.
Okay, so it'll be 13. So I take 3 damage. And then is it my turn now?
It is. Yep. Unless someone else wants to take your slot.
Does anybody want to take my slot? Or am I
Anybody
just
want to
going
set up anything crazy?
Your slots are all yours.
Well, there's other enemy initiatives between his and mine, right? Like I have to
Yeah.
take a later slot.
So the way we were doing it is player slots are, you can switch however you want in the first turn, but
Okay.
after that, it's everybody has to stay in the same
I'm fine.
slot.
I'm fine to take the last slot.
Well, I'm going to turn to the guy that just shot me and release an eye shot into his face. Hopefully,
He's up to your left on the second story there, wearing the traditional Templar robe, wielding the big bow.
God damn it!
Yeah, so the eye shot hits him straight in the foot, which does hurt him, but it doesn't necessarily make him not be able to shoot bows anymore since he's just standing still. But it freezes one of his feet sees his frozes.
It's frozes his toeses.
Now we're at Freesius, which is the guy with the dagger and the claw. All right, so let me take a peek at something real quick, just so I know how to most efficiently kill you with this guy.
Yep, please do.
So we've got Morien in the front. Tiberius is in the back left, I'm assuming. And where are the other two of you?
I tend to hang back a bit. as
So
well.
you're standing near Tiberius.
Yeah.
Did you add your +2 to that? Since you're standing, never mind. It's fine. And then Kaylah, where are you?
I'm sort of in between Tiberius and Morien.
Okay. All right, so Freeziest whirling blades through Morien or past Morien to get to the back line, trying to get to Kaylah, next closest person. So this does damage to all enemies in your zone and any zone you travel to, increases speed and maneuver and athletics by 5. But doesn't actually give you any extra damage. He just gonna roll his straight up wham. Which is... Oof! So the whirling blades past Morien to get to Kaylah, so it damages both Morien and Kaylah for 40 physical damage. He just like licks his blade and brings out his claw and just does one of these like Tasmanian devil numbers and just jumps straight through you, slashing you across the arm as he comes through.
Well, that takes me down.
Are you dead?
Well,
Remember your flasks and your reduction and everything.
Is that counting your armor reduction?
Oh,
Yeah, it's just physical.
49, not quite, but gosh, that's close.
Goodo.
It's 40 minus 7.
Oh no, I accidentally opened POB. No, POB, close!
33.
33, so it's done 33 damage to me. I'm not dead. Yet. I've got 3 life left.
Forget to heal yourself on your turns. Now we're at Kaylah.
Oh, good. I'm gonna
You've
drink.
got a really weird looking man in front of you.
So yeah, obviously first thing I'll do is
Take a sip.
take a sip out of my flask.
A little sippy on the flask. That heals up to your threshold, right?
I've got to double check. Yeah.
I think so. That sounds right, anyway.
Hold 10 charges. Minor action. Yeah. You can consume 4 charges and either heal your threshold in life or regenerate half your total mana.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I've used 4 charges to heal my threshold, which is... What have I done?
It's a
18.
minor action too, so you still get your major action.
Yeah. So 18 plus 3, whatever that is.
And I'll even allow you to use your major action to drink the flask again if you want. But you can also attack, or try to phase run, or do whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to phase run.
All right.
So
So it gives you bonuses to all the stuff, movement, athletics, and everything like that, but you're technically still engaged by them.
Yep.
You can try to break engagement with an opposing athletics roll.
okay, where's my athletics?
Just like your character's backstory, you're trying to break an engagement again.
Don't forget the bonus you get from your phase run.
How much
That's
was
to
that?
stealth and maneuver, not athletics.
Yeah.
Dash gives the lucky hit to athletics.
Okay, so yeah, 1d10 plus 2.
All right. He does not have very much athletics either, but he has exactly as much as you do, so... Oh,
Yes,
okay.
literally.
Reroll.
But
Do they
so
reroll
because
ties?
fine, because she's phase running, he does catch a hold of your arm, but you managed to tear it out. He's still kind of messed up by you being all fuzzy.
Covered
so we
with
don't have-
phase run MTX.
Yes.
Yeah.
Covered with
Yeah.
your spectral phase run MTX, you managed to slip away, so you can move now without being engaged,
Okay, cool.
or you can go wherever you want. Go to Denny's. But there's a lot of shadows to hide in, a lot of darkness around here.
Yep. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go
Okay.
find
So there
a
are
little bit.
rafters on your sides that are holding it up, and there's sort of shadowy areas behind that. There's the big pile of gems in front of you, and there's the roof above those, the second floor above those.
Ooh, I wonder
If you can get up onto
if
the
I can get up onto the second floor, because there were ladders, weren't there?
There are, and there's one guy standing at the left ladder, but you don't see anything at the right ladder.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to actually try and get. I'm going to go up the right ladder onto the second level.
All right. So as far as climbing goes, I'm not going to make you roll for that because it's a ladder, but you're not going to get all the way up it. You're like about halfway up it.
Cool.
All right. So from the top of that ladder, as you near the top, you see another bowyer, the other secret roll that I did. Another man comes and steps right above that ladder, and he doesn't see you. He doesn't expect anyone to be right below him, but he pulls out a bow and he's going to take a shot at Quizzix in the back.
Mm-hmm. What is
Jesus
with these
Christ!
people rolling 10s? All right, well, I take 25 damage on my energy shield.
Remember, if you don't get hit after a whole turn, it regenerates, right? Up to the threshold. So
Yep.
the arrow comes whizzing straight at your head. He was ready for this. He was ready and always setting up, ready to snipe the mage in the back because he knows how to run a fight. And he shoots it directly at you, and it just almost pierces your shield, but it falls to the side. With the bow head, the arrow head is bent a little bit from hitting your shield. Now we're at Quizzix.
Yep. So we've got... So Tiberius and I are in a zone, I guess, and Kaylah and that archer are over in a zone.
Yeah, sort of. Although you can hit the archer without hitting Kaylah because of no friendly fire.
Yeah.
But if you do burn the ladder, it would probably be bad for her. And then Morien and Karnas are in a zone together. They're engaged.
And then Fresius is in a zone of his own.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there dumbfounded with a piece of cloth in his hand.
For some reason, Flesh Offering is out of alphabetical order on this page. I was looking around it for the F's.
Oh yeah, Chatterbox did not come with you, by the way. He didn't have a costume. Of course, he may have helped had you asked, but
plans changed.
Mm-hmm. It was time to do some redecorating on that wall.
Is it possible to stick a wall between Morien and Big Dude?
Yeah, with how engagement works, they have to be like right up on each other. You can close them in the wall together, or you can try to trap just the Karnas guy in a wall. I'll allow you to give that a shot, but it'll be pretty difficult.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You might end up freezing both of them.
Yeah, they're a bit too close together, so I'm gonna freeze Fresius. Funnily enough.
Inside a wall?
Yep.
Alright.
Just put
I don't even know
nice
if you have to roll
nice
anything.
tight circle in. No, it's just, it goes up. It's got 35 health.
Alright. Let me make sure I can remember this now. 35 health wall. Around Fresius.
And I can do some movement. I would like to try and take some cover from the archer that shot me behind one of the gem piles or whatever's nearby.
Okay, there's the pillars basically that are holding it out.
Yep.
What do you call that in wood? But yeah, there's one on your right. You can probably duck behind.
Yep. Just out of immediate line of sight of the one that just shot at me.
All right. So you hear Fresius throw in some curse words you've never heard before, not even really sure what they mean. But he starts chipping away at the wall with his dagger and his claw, which you would think wouldn't be very effective against it, but we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're at Karnas' turn, finally, big boss man. All right. So all this happened really quickly. He's still on the ground after getting punched, but he stands up and he's just kind of laughing and he wipes the blood off his lip and he got hit with the mace and he puts the last glove on. And as soon as he does that, a massive red glow seems to come from nowhere, but coming like straight from him. And you can see a red light is thrown on everything. And he rubs his hands together and he looks at Morien and he looks at his hand and he just smacks you across the face with it. And let me see what kind of damage that does. He's not even using his skill. He's just trying to wild and out on you right now. Oof.
Yeah.
35 fizz.
That's a big problem. I is definitely down. Especially after that out hit before.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to level y'all up when you made it inside the camp, but with too much stuff was happening. It'll be all right.
Sorry,
You're supposed to level up when you made your way inside. You were supposed to level up.
That might have made a difference, but it's
which you guys can try and do that now if you want. Sorry, I forgot that was the checkpoint. We'll pause combat and everybody go ahead and level up. Just now, just like in anime, in the middle of the fight, when everything looks grim, you find a hidden reserve of power within you didn't know you had, and you all hit Super Saiyan level 4.
Well, we're exactly at 2 hours now, so...
Well, there we go. Makes sense. It's when you should level up.
Hmm.
Let's go ahead and do your level up stuff in the middle of the fight. And any added HP, like if you were to get any HP, is just healed on you, basically. Morien, after getting slapped to the ground, comes back up with a renewed vigor.
So we get 4 skill points, 5 to one of the stats, a keystone related to that, and 1 mana.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks right.
Yeah. So.
And those skill points have the limit of up to your level in any one skill.
When do you get your support gem?
4.
Once you've got 4
so we're level 2. What? This would be the second time we've leveled?
Yeah.
So we're level 2.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
my other character is a level 4. Jesus, I've got too many campaigns I'm running. Yes, level 2. I forgot also there's level 0. So.
Now, there was something that I messed up last time. You can't put... You can't put 4 points into the one thing, right?
That's correct.
It can only be as high as your level is.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
So
other things like items and keystones and whatnot can take you higher,
right.
But the actual base value is limited by your level.
Perfect.
And you can put +5 to one stat only.
Yeah.
Yep. And we all get
a keystone in that stat, not just a random keystone. It has to be in the stat you added to. Forget that. And let me know when all y'all are done and your new badass selves are ready to bring back your Super Saiyan and fight.
Time to look back at those keystones.
Five and 2 there, so that brings it up to 10.
Okay, I'm all leveled up. I'm just going to go quickly grab a drink from downstairs. I will be back.
Actually, this wasn't that bad of a idea to level you up in the middle of combat. Might try that again. Just as like a...
It's fairly quick off the paper.
Yeah. It looks like everything's bleak, and then everybody gets this renewed vigor from nowhere. Your soul bond lights up, and your hair turns some weird color for some reason, and you stand up and yell a lot. Now you're more strong than you were before. Then you raise your hands and start to charge the spirit bomb.
Yep. So what fields are people actually putting their stuff in here?
What
The
fields?
skill, like, is in the skills. I'm just increasing the base.
So for attributes, increasing base, skills, increasing base, and then keystone, putting it in the keystone column of wherever's relevant. I took Reader as my keystone and boosted my Soulcraft.
Right, so that's...
Yeah, what everybody take, make sure to say it out loud so that stream can hear it.
Back.
Welcome back.
So next level, once you can pick a notable keystone, by the way, this level still just a basic, but after 2 you get to pick a notable. So when you pick a keystone, let us know, say it out loud, what it is and what it does.
Yeah, and if you've taken the skill-based one at the bottom, hard-headed, quick learner, or reader twice, then you get to choose from the slightly better set of notables at the bottom.
So what notable did you take, Tiberius?
I took survivalist, so I got another.
What does
plus
that do?
More life. 10
More
life.
life. All right. Add that already to you on top, like just basically heal yourself forward and add it to your max.
27.
And then Quizzix, did you already pick yours?
Yes, I took Reader, which gives 4 to an Inter skill, and I put it into Soulcraft.
All right, so you got a big boost on the soul crafting now. Morien, did you pick yours yet?
Not yet, no.
I'm
And just let us
taking
know.
quick learner, which increases the dexterity skill by 4.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm guessing stealth.
Pretty sure that's going to be
So
it.
I can... You can add up to your leveling points, right? So I can add 2 points to something this level if I want.
You can have level 2 in something, yes.
But base can be 2.
You can, there's a lot of ways to add stuff to it. Looks like 2 people took, even though you're in the middle of a fight, you added to your RP skills. It's fine. It's fine. You won't die, I promise.
But at level 1, you can
probably
only
will die.
add 1 to your base. At level 2, although we've got 4 to spread out, we can add 2 to a base, or
Yeah.
still only 1?
Yeah.
So as long as the base doesn't go higher than level 2 at the moment,
It'll become more prevalent as you get to higher
your
levels.
base.
you can-
Okay, now I understand. Yep.
The higher level you get, though, you'll start to run out of like points to spread so evenly, so you have to focus on something, or you can be a jack of all trades.
Cool.
But the DCs are going to get harder too, naturally.
So yeah, and I also increased my stealth by 4
By 4.
from quick. So
Yeah,
from quick learner.
Oh, yeah. All right. And so you got stealth twice. Stealth from the level and from quick learner. Nice. So what's your stealth at total now with your boots?
12.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right.
if you take those plus 4 to a skill, they go up real quick. My Soulcraft is at 10.
Damn.
Because of course you actually end up getting 5 because you've just put 5 into that attribute as well, which gives it 1 more.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's already been taken into account, but
Yeah.
that level's worth of stealth boost was 5.
In the next level, you'll be able to pick from the fancy keystones.
Yep. Don't forget we've all added 1 to our base mana.
Oh yeah, base man is up. So
Which it should do that automatically if you change your character level.
yes.
Strength keystone.
As soon as you put character level up, it adds 1 base mana.
Oh, I think I overrode mine, so should it be 4 plus character level?
Yeah.
I'm level 2, so I've currently got 6.
4 4 plus
Plus
keystone
2
level.
by keystone.
Yep, okay, fixed it.
All right, Morien, let us know what you picked.
Yeah. What are we looking? Strength keystones. So picking 2 basic strength keystones provides a... Oh, you got a 2 first. So okay, so I got to go...
Yeah, so next level y'all get a notable, but this level just a normal.
Just a keystone.
That's assuming you don't die horribly in this fight.
Good probability still. Where am I going? Yeah. You can pick a keystone more than once, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
You can't pick a notable more than one?
Yeah, notables are only once, but
Keystone.
the other keystones are multiple.
Yeah, cool. So I can pick up Titan again. Nice.
To increase your life, yeah.
Which gives me extra life into here. So another 12. So that takes that 24.
Explains a lot about how this fight has gone so far. Then again, I did crit twice. Maybe it still wouldn't have made much of a difference, but y'all were supposed to be level 2 before this even started.
So that would bring my life to that, which means the dude hit me for how much?
Y'all are also supposed to have a lot more stuff, but the way that it went down...
Yeah, what'd that guy hit me for?
Well,
The
so
slap was
for
35.
this, it doesn't matter. We were down to 0, basically, so you heal back up the amount you get from your level up and the amount you get from Titan.
We get someone to level up?
Yeah, I forgot that. We probably do.
Because you put 5 into strength, you got some life on your level up. Right?
Yeah, you get every strength is
Automatically boosted that.
it'll automatically put it up if you put 5 into the base.
No,
strength.
okay. Shit,
But it
I
won't
didn't
change if
see
you're
how
using a
much
little
it
current tab. That doesn't
was.
update. You've got to manually do that.
My lights are being weird.
Okay, well, it definitely went up more than just the keystone did, so I'm going to assume it did calculate that from the
You get
start.
some for
The
level.
attributes column should have automatically updated.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out
10
how
base
much
plus 10 base from strength if you have 10 strength.
that-
All right, let me know when everybody's good to go.
I am good.
Actually, you let me know since it's Morien's turn first.
Yeah.
Aha, so that's how much I got on top of what I had. All right, cool. So that brings me... Okay. All right, well, I know where I am. Got all my stuff done.
All right. So throughout the fight happens and things look grim, but you feel the bond between you grow stronger as you see Morien be knocked down again by this laughing Templar, and something within you all breaks, and you feel power surging through your bodies, maybe enough to conquer these evil men.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
And the Chumbawamba song that everyone knows starts playing in the background, and Morien stands up to keep the fight going.
Sweet. First thing, I will use my flask, which, considering it takes me
Copyright
up to my threshold-
Chumbawamba 1992.
Shame you can't overheal, but oh well, back up to max.
Wait, well, you don't go back up to... Oh, you flask.
Yes, gonna use my flask as the first thing I do. Yes. And my threshold is still above my actual hit points at the moment.
Right. That's really broken. Okay, yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's a shame I can't overheal.
That's awesome.
But, oh, well.
Yeah, you drink the flask and you wipe your lip as well, and you laugh at his face as your body just fills all the way back up with vitality.
This does mean you can get down to 1 health and then flask back to full, though.
Just like real PoE.
Yes.
Also, I assume you've taken 5 charges of each flask and not just emptied one?
It's
Well,
four charges each time, and he only has one full flask. The other one is not.
Oh, that one's completely empty. That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything. But it's still, that's your minor action, so you still get a major action. You guys just trading blows back and forth. Of course, he does look really surprised that you suddenly got back up, drank some water, and now are looking fine. But he's holding his big, gnarly-looking gloved hands out at you, ready to intercept whatever you're going to do.
Hang on. God damn it. Times 4. There we go. Plus the 2.
What are you doing to him?
Actually, hang on. This is tier bonus.
That's when we don't have. You're only tier 1, basically.
Tier 1.
Oh, we are. Tier's not per level then? Okay.
No, the
tier happens at
1 to 9 is tier 1, or 0 to 9 is tier 1.
Yes, now I remember from the rules. That's right.
Yeah,
Basically,
tiers change
zero
like
to
everything
9
across
is
the board
one.
once you hit it. So
Yeah.
it's
And
also when you get your first ultimate keystone.
Yeah, I was going to say the tiers are basically how many ultimate keystones do you have?
Every 10th level. Rather
Yeah.
than every 10 levels. Because you start at 0.
Right.
Cool. Okay, in which case, no. So, fine. I just hit him.
With what?
Again, with the heavy strike.
You pull back up, you raise your mace again, and you're ready to keep this trading blows happening. And you smash it into his head, and it does 36 damage. And I'm bad at math, but I think I'm going to do right here. He actually looks like that did a little bit of work on him. He gets knocked back even more, and there's even more blood on his face this time, but he's definitely still coming. He's just moving a little bit slower now. Now we're at Tiberius.
Doesn't one of those archers go first?
Yeah, that was an archer.
Oh, sorry.
I have archer on the left. Did I shut up?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Once again, I cannot
Speaking
read.
of trading blows, back to the archers.
The archer sees that going down, and he's a little scared too, but he's going to try to take a shot at Quizzix since he just hid behind that pillar, and he sees that his other buddy couldn't shoot him. Whoa! Apparently, I failed something. So the arrow just sunk 6 right next to your hand while you're holding onto the pillar, but doesn't hit you. Now we're at Tiberius.
Everything as planned.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore the archers this time, and I'm gonna take a shot at the big guy that Morien's fighting with my ice shot.
All right.
And do all the last few times.
Nice.
All right, let me make sure what happens here. Oh, all right. Barely gets him. So tell me what happens here.
The same as every other time that my ice shot's gone off. I just completely
Are
shattered.
you sure? Because okay, yeah. No,
I don't think I have a choice. Like that's what
yeah, you do. You killed him. You tell me how it happens.
Okay, I definitely freeze him,
Okay.
but I don't shatter him.
Okay.
So
He's
he
just
gets
sitting
pushed
there
back,
frozen.
and he gets frozen, and he's like in a pose as he's getting pushed back.
All right. His eyes widen as the arrow comes and sinks into his chest, and then ice just starts to form from it, and his entire body is frozen in a fighting stance. He's no longer in the fight.
Also, a little crackle of lightning from my raffle, just
Right.
a little.
Within the ice, you can see little sparks start flying within it, and he can't really move, so it's just agonizing. Yeah, no, he is barely out of the fight now, which is a good thing too, because he had one skill, and if he used it, well, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Now it's his brother's turn, who is still trapped inside of a big old ice wall, and he's gonna take a slap at that with his weapons. And he destroys it. So in a flurry, like a spinning flurry of cuts and slices with his dagger and his claw, he tears down the ice around him and cuts himself a nice man-sized hole and starts to walk back out, and he looks around to see who's near him, and the only person he can see right now is Tiberius, so he starts to walk straight up to you and gets an engaged range.
Okay.
And now we are at Kaylah.
And I'm halfway up a ladder.
Yep, you're halfway up the ladder. There's a dude on Archer up above you that looks fine. He hasn't been hit.
Shank him in the feet.
He hasn't seen you, though, so...
He hasn't seen me.
The other guys have, but he is not.
Okay, well, I'm going to finish getting up the ladder and attack him.
All right, so he's standing right at the top of it.
Okay,
So you would have to push by him, or you can stab him on the ladder, whatever.
I'll stay on the ladder and I'll stab upwards towards him. Because what have I got? I've got
What are you
a
stabbing?
What? Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh,
We'll
Yes,
see.
yeah, you would.
I'm literally stabbing at whatever I can reach.
Oh, God.
Script is
Yep.
what you would like.
Yep.
You're gonna... Oh, God, you're gonna emasculate a man.
Going for the money, Shud.
Are you doing elemental blow?
Yes, I'm using elemental hit.
Okay.
Just don't use lightning.
No, why would I use lightning? I'm gonna.
You don't use lightning because you don't want him to pee all over you.
No, you use ice, so you
I'm-
freeze it there.
You
That-
also
that's
don't need
exactly-
to burn your ladder down.
I'm going to use ice. I just need to work this out. So it adds 12 damage to, and then I've also got a bonus of 8 because I've still got that phase run up.
Yep.
And then you'll get an extra wham for the
extra
surprise hit.
Stuff.
So 1d10
And
times
I would
4.
give you an extra wham for hitting a man in his manhood, but that's not how the game works, unfortunately.
It's alright. Plus 12 plus 8. Is that right? Yeah, cool.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, rolling an 8 is a good way of hitting a man in the... Yep.
Yeah, so that actually
Four each.
one-shots him. So you could tell me how that happens.
So as I am,
Gruesome detail.
I literally with my dagger have gone straight up in between his legs, frozen him, and
Twist.
yeah,
I
Oh,
imagine that his
no.
frozen body like topples off the...
The dagger comes straight up in between his tabard, and you twist, like it freezes first, and then you twist, and you hear something break off. You're not really sure what it was, and he just falls
Can't
down
even that important.
off the ladder straight to the ground, hits his head, and he's out of the fight, and really just out of everything that mattered to him.
It's Kaylah's family's signature shish kebab recipe.
Jesus Christ.
Your dagger down, and it's like it's still hanging there, frozen.
Yeah,
Templars don't wear pants.
that's true. That's true. If they wore pants, then all of this could have been avoided. So now we're at Quizzix's turn.
Yep.
Quiz
Um,
knows.
I am going to return fireball at the archer that just missed me.
All right.
Much more effectively than his arrow.
Nice. So that blows him back a bit. Like it definitely is burning, but he's actually not
Does it set
dead
him on fire?
yet. Yeah. No, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. It sets him on fire. So it catches his robe on fire, and he is looking much worse for wear. But he's still managing somehow to continue to hold the bow steady.
And then
While being on fire, he's basically in the mode where he's going to leave. He's going to finish somebody with his last shot before he dies. And he is on fire.
I am going to then move around since the one I was hiding from just died. I'm going to move around the pillar support thing.
All right.
Hide from the other archer that I just shot.
Remember that you have Tiberius fighting with Frisius to your left. All right. So now we're back up to the top of the round, which is Morien, over the body of, or standing in front of the body of Karnas, who's been frozen in the ice.
Getting frozen in ice seems to be a theme of the body.
We got a lot of ice damage. If only you guys would have found better skills. What the hell's wrong with you?
Wait, it's not his go first? No, me. I got before.
Bought a skill with the transmutational.
Yeah, they killed the archer that normally had a turn. So Incarnus is frozen and dead. So it's back up to Morien. There's one archer up, and Fresius is up. And Fresius is about to just get all up in Tiberius's business.
But he's... Oh, no, he broke the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, he came out of that after with his first turn.
Oh, that's fine then. Hang on. So another dude's dead. Well, I guess I might as well go hit Fresius then.
All right.
I'll move over to him. I guess move.
You walk around the shattered ice wall, and you're behind Fresius. He does know you're there, though, but you can take a shot.
Oh,
Make sure to check your mana.
Oh, yes. Right. Keeping an eye on it. And again, just from behind, under swing. Gonna take another shot with the heavy strike, because it is only 1 mana for that, so I'm good. Whoa. Is plus 10. Am I close enough to be getting Wrath?
Yeah, you're in the same zone.
Yep, they're in the same zone.
Cool. Just making sure I'm still getting it. And just...
Jesus, nice. All right, let me check real quick.
Boom, shakalaka. Look at these rolls. 8, 9, 9.
So it breaks his threshold, but it does not kill him.
But it's a heavy strike.
Right?
His threshold is -6 with the heavy strike.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, so he's stunned. Yeah, he's stunned, but it does not kill him. So you hit him, bonk him, and he's dazed a little bit just as he was about to bring the dagger down on Tiberius, which is now the burning archer's turn, and it's the top of the round. So he's not really able to do anything except burn to death. But because I'm the DM, he's going to loose one last wild shot at Quizzix to try to finish him off and try to at least do something with his last bow.
Hide behind something away from that archer.
We'll see what he does.
I mean, he already walked out from it, so he was hiding, but he ain't anymore. It's a wild ass shot. One last thing. 24. And then he dies after loosing the last thing he was holding. He falls over, burning in a pile.
Next.
All right. Now, we're at Tiberius. That guy's dead.
I'm going to do an ice shot at Fresius.
All right.
We're going to kill Fresius with an ice shot.
It's a very
Let's
nice.
see what's the stun do again?
Stun
Is it
targets
literally
are
just stun?
Unlucky. Target is stunned until the end of the attacker's next turn. Stun targets are unlucky on their next attack roll.
Okay.
And I assume that the 2 lightning damage is separately counted towards a threshold to seeing if it shocks, rather than just applying both because the total damage beat the threshold.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the highest damage of the skill
Okay,
that did it.
that makes sense.
All right, so he has a little higher reduction than his brother, so that actually still doesn't kill him, but he is not looking too good. Half of his body is frozen at this point, and he's still stunned, but he's actually still able to move. And knowing that his time is up, he's going to do the last thing he can, and he's going to take a Viper Strike at Tiberius. Pull that
It's going to
up.
be chaos damage. It's not going to be reduced by anything, is it?
It's actually not chaos in this one, although it is poison.
Not chaos? Am I resistant
Yeah.
towards it?
So, poison. I'll read it. The attack with this melee weapon dealing your normal weapon damage and poisoning your foe. The poison can stack up to 4 times. Each time they are repoisoned, the duration of all stacks is refreshed. Each application of Viper Strike deals 6 physical damage at the start of your target's next turn that ignores all forms of armor. This damage over time cannot be modified by auras or gear. Viper Strike's poison lasts for 2 turns. If you're dual wielding, you can apply 2 applications of Viper Strike per attack, and he is dual wielding.
Oh, okay,
so it doesn't actually.
I assume it's the attack itself is physical, and then the poison is something that gets added on after.
Right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have. It doesn't add any damage, but he has a pretty big wham. And it adds 2 applications, 32 damage, and at the start of every one of your turns, you take 12 damage. He pulls back and he swipes with both things, barely able to get the second one out of the... Oh, disadvantage because he's stunned, sorry. 10 again, come on, big money. Oh, okay, well, 16 damage.
Literally
He tries to pull...
damage.
What?
16 armor.
Nice. So he tries feebly to swipe at you with his claw and dagger, and it just scores the front of your armor. Now we're at Kaylah. Only person left is Freezius, but he's not looking too good.
And I'm also still on the top of this ladder, so I'm gonna come down off of the ladder, like get back down onto the lower level
Ground.
ground. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
And wow, how much mana?
So if you're walking back towards them, you can get about halfway because of the climbing action,
Right.
not the whole way.
Okay. And that's pretty much. Well, then I can't do much.
Yeah,
So
unless you have any sort of range stuff, or you want to do something creative, like pick up a gem and throw it at him. All right. So now we're at Quiznos.
It's Quiznos. I am gonna walk up behind him, beside him, whichever direction I'm coming from, and hit him over the head with my staff.
Yeah, so you're right to their right, they're on your left. Walk up and do a regular old staff hit. Bonk him in the head. Jesus. All right, so yeah, that gets him. Tell me how that happens.
Well, I walk up and I don't think he's expecting that to come from me, so I hit him slightly surprisedly on the head with the staff. Makes a very satisfying thud sound, and a little bit of life tries to leach from him into me. So I'm full, so it doesn't actually go anywhere.
And at that, Freezius takes the blow to the side of the head and falls over, knocked out. And that is it. Y'all beat the big boss. All right.
We beat the big
so,
boss. We beat the big boss.
After a bit of waiting and everyone just kind of settling from the fight, you see the souls start to fly out as they're wont to do from the people you've killed. The Bowyers had nothing, but among the 2 brothers, you see a red a red come from Karnas, and 2 greens come from Freezius.
Oh, one of those is Whirling Blades.
That one's Lightning Strike.
The Templar who led us in here originally with the light, has he shown his head again?
You have not seen him.
Okay. While the others are worrying about the gems, I'm gonna take a look up the back and see if I can see where he got to.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
go behind the pile of gems,
I'll follow
and you actually don't see anything back there. Nothing that you can see with your naked eye. But before we go to that, you
Yep.
guys
Do the other
did
stuff.
find, as far as the gear you found, 2 regular bows, a magic claw, a regular dagger, a leather shield, a magic iron ring, a magic power amulet, and a jade amulet. And as Karnas unfreezes, his hands unfreeze first, and you find some gnarly looking gloves, which are called face breakers.
Alright, where is the equipment? screen.
I would very much like either that jade amulet or that iron ring.
Wow, you guys are so greedy. I have no jewelry on at all.
Neither do I.
Okay.
None of us do at this point.
You know what I have on? I have on a pair of boots and 2 weapons. That is my entire outfit.
Yeah, I have a chest and a pair of boots.
And a magic bow.
There's
And
a magic claw, right? That might be.
There's a magic claw, a regular dagger, 2 regular bows, a leather shield. Karnas has on him, magic
Yeah,
ring,
cool.
magic power amulet, and a jade amulet.
You got a choice
Oh,
of cool
sorry.
dagger or
There's
anything
2
in
reds
there,
that come out of Karnas. After a little bit, a second red soul
right? He squeezes
floats
another
out of
one
him. So you guys can check out what those are whenever you want to.
I would like to check out what the red skill gems are.
All right, so you walk closer to Karnas, frozen body just starting to thaw a little bit, and from the closest to you, it looks like it's burning. You can see what looks like a giant hitting the ground, and after a moment, the ground bursts into flame, and it looks like some sort of infernal demon is causing destruction in a wide scale, which is Infernal Blow. The other red one that you come near, you can see a group of Templar soldiers standing together as one with a red glow all over them, and their resolve is steeled as they come closer to their leader, and that's called Determination.
Ooh.
Whoa, hang on. 1 wham per 5 and it increases strength by 10.
That is chunky gloves.
But you can't use any weapons.
That's still right now. My weapon is totally non-magical, so
Yeah.
Space breakers,
It's an
baby.
upgrade.
I'm assuming nobody else really wants those under the circumstances.
Nope. Strength stacker gets the strength
See,
stacker.
and if Tiberius would have shattered him, those would have been gone.
Which is fair, yeah. Oh. And if you kill an enemy, it explodes to the maximum amount of gore possible. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it intimidates people, which is
Yeah.
pretty wild.
Yeah. Oh, I'm assuming no.
Which would have been the case for y'all, except you took the initiative and punched him before he could really get the whole spiel done.
Dude, bad guy monologuing is always a bad idea.
You
Don't
say
do
I
it
will
wasn't
remember,
for
that is
you,
a life
you just
lesson.
assumed it was bad. You guys don't trust these Templars. They might be the good guys. You don't even know.
No, I don't
They're
trust the
pretty good
Templars.
guys. I wouldn't mind checking out you said there was the magic power amulet?
There is a magic power amulet.
I wouldn't mind checking that out.
Power.
I'm guessing
All right.
nobody wants the claw.
The claw sounds like
Those are yours.
Thank you.
They have decided what your build is.
I know,
know,
I guess so.
Because they
Well-
claim things before you do.
The
I-
claw
I
sounds
find
like
it-
it fits with what you're doing
It does.
already.
No, you're right. That's why I wanted to say I'll take the claw, but I wanted to.
Don't
make
forget
sure.
there's a leather shield there. Just a regular one.
How does that work?
And a jade amulet.
Oh, you would.
There's
lose.
still-
So,
Wants it as well.
It-
Like, I haven't claimed anything yet. I've just said what I would like.
to the rolling of the magic gear, just remember when you pick something up, make sure to roll 1d10.
Oh.
It's magic.
Yep, I'm gonna pick up that power amulet, but I also am happy to give this power ring to someone who could use the life leech because
That's-
it's from attacks.
Yeah. See, I would
So
probably wouldn't mind
I
that.
think at this point I'm gonna give Morien my power ring.
Wait. Oh yeah, he's still attacking. Hey.
He's definitely attacking
Definitely attacking.
and
Mm.
most likely to get hit, so most likely to make use of the life leech. You said roll a d10.
Yep, d10 when you're picking up a magic item.
Hell,
And if it
really.
rolls high... Oh,
Right.
shit! Alright, so what happens when that happens, if
Nice.
whenever a player finds a
Right.
magic item, they roll a d10. On a roll of 10, roll again. On a result of 5 or more, that item gains a signature mod. This is a
Woo!
special modifier that gives the item additional flavor and utility outside of combat.
Ooh.
Go nice. Yes.
Aw.
Look at that.
Yes.
Very nice.
Oh, what'd you get? What'd you get? Nice. All right. So, roll one more d10 now to find out which signature mod you get.
My rolls are on fire today.
But
Is it Life Leech? Please tell me it's Life Leech. No,
all right.
no.
Oh, you rolled a 9. Sorry, let me.
I think Life Leech is ring specific.
Water walking. If you rolled a 9, this item allows a user to walk on water or similar liquid at will, and you also get 2 mods because you rolled 10, which turns it into a rare item. So now you can roll for those mods via the optional ring random generator table. So roll 1d100 twice. Amulet. Fuck, sorry. Yeah, roll 1d100 twice for the amulet.
18 and 49.
18 and 49. So 1d6 to random int skill and 1d8 life leech.
I thought that was ring specific. Alright.
Alright, so random int skill. How many int skills are there? Let's take a look. 3 int skills. Roll, just type R 1d3, even though it's not a dice, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a
number 1.
Dice, so perception.
Perception, there you go. And then 1d6 to see how much you get to it, and you get it, yeah. And then 1d8 for your life leech.
Nice.
You might need to switch. Oh shit! +6 to perception. Oh, strong.
And it was 1d8. Is it just 1d8 or 1d8 plus 2?
It is just regular old 1d8 on this one, so 4 life leech. 4 life leech, water walking, and +6 to perception. Jesus.
Nice.
Now you get to give that ring a name since it became rare and it has a signature mod. Or sorry, the amulet a name. What are you gonna name it?
I will think about that for a moment while we...
Alright, let us know.
All right.
But
Who else is picking up a magic item?
Giving that ring away. So,
Alright.
more enjoy.
I'm
So
gonna
Kaylah's
yep,
got a claw.
Yep. So
Cool.
1D...
Roll it on up. 1d10 first.
Yep.
Alright, so it is rare.
Hey.
Nice. So it has 2 mods. Oh, no, sorry. 7
It's 8.
is a magic item. It's 8 for rare. That's too bad. 1 mod, still.
Okay.
Roll 1 mod, so 1d100. 20, which gives you 1d6 to random skill without an attribute. So there's 4 unattributed skills, yes. So
Yep.
roll 1d4 real quick.
2 mana, 9 leech.
3. Tell me that's charm. That's not charm, is it?
Okay, let's take a look. 3 is intimidate.
Okay, and that's a 1D...
1d6.
Cool, I'll take 1 to
Oh.
intimidate.
A very intimidating looking claw. He was definitely licking it and doing really weird stuff with it to try and intimidate you, but unfortunately it wasn't that intimidating. Alright, so the amulet and the claw are gone. There is a regular dagger. There's a leather shield. There's a magic iron ring and a jade amulet.
I would like the jade amulet's just normal, yeah.
Yeah, just a regular jade amulet. Of course, you can use your transmute on it if you want.
Use my transmute to do my heavy armor before. I'll take the magic iron ring.
Doth anyone protest a magic iron ring?
I think all of us can
No.
use the magic iron ring, so whoever's doing good damage...
Well, it adds 1 wham to attacks specifically.
Okay, so all
I'm
of
not
us
going to complain. I got face breakers. Everything else is your choice.
Okay, I'll roll for signature then.
Yep, roll it on up, see what happens.
4. Just the plain
4,
old
so it is magic.
So just a 1d100.
Yeah. I need to get 2 screens. I have to keep flipping behind everybody.
Right in the middle.
50. Where's the rings at? So that's 1d4 resistance. So roll that
2.
+2 resistance on the iron ring and that wham from the implicit. All right, so remaining is jade amulet, leather shield, 2 bows, and a dagger. Anybody want any of those things? I know some of y'all don't have amulets.
Oh, there was a
The power amulet is called the Eye of Astitia.
All right. It sounds like something you need a penicillin shot for. There's a jade amulet, a leather shield, 2 bows, and a dagger.
What a jade amulet
Oh,
implicit?
actually, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
face
just a
bracket says
regular
I
old amulet. You can
can-
use your transmute on it if you'd like, but it gives you adds +5 to Dex just by itself.
Oh, nice. I wouldn't mind that then. And I've got a
All right.
transmute. I was saving my transmute to buy gems, but I don't think we're gonna have anyone to buy gems off of anytime soon.
You could have bought them from Tunk before you
I
left.
should have,
but
yes,
nobody did.
but I didn't need to.
All right. No one wants the other stuff. Are you going to use your transmute on it?
Yeah.
Actually, I can.
All right.
I'll grab the shield because I can actually use it with the face
You
breaker.
can use a shield, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
use a shield with face breakers, yeah. That's what that Templar was doing.
I will grab the leather shield then.
All right.
What's the leather
So
shield?
add 1 magic modifier to that
Resist.
amulet.
6, nice.
It's a leather shield, same as any base leather armor.
So roll a 1d100 to find out what out of modifier you get on that amulet. Arts, yeah, the jade amulet that you picked up. If you're using your transmute on it, that
Yeah.
is. 74.
Yeah, the shield is just +6 resistance.
So that is 1d10 life times 2.
Yay.
So roll a 1d10 and double it, and that's what you got on that jade amulet. Nice.
Jesus.
20 life on that jade amulet. A perfect roll.
Nice.
So nothing left but some shitty old dagger and 2 bows. Everything else is accounted for. Everybody's got their loots, and 1 person got their first unique, which is a face breakers. The face breakers, as you put it on, they're a little. They don't tell you this in PoE, but they're a little like spikes inside it in the knuckles, and each one sinks in between your hands, whatever this part of your hand is called. And there's a little blood in it, but the blood mixes with the face breakers themselves, and the fingers of it start to turn red while the rest of it is a deep brown. And you feel a lot stronger. As you pick up the shield, you try to pick it up normally, and it just... whoop. Definitely not used to having this much power behind your fists. Now we go to the skills. Determination, Infernal Blow, Whirling Blades, and Viper Strike.
I mean, I've got Mana Leech, so I'm okay with taking the Determination for now and putting it on as well, because I can still get 3 ice shots off in a fight.
Becoming an Aurabot.
And be a bit of an Aurabot.
Mm.
Unless Morien wants it himself. I'm happy to, if he's got enough mana to do it, I'm happy to let him have
It's
it.
better for a non-strength person to take that,
Yeah.
like, because the strength person wants to have strength active gems and non-strength auras, I guess. Like, similarly, I'd be happy to take Determination or you, since we've kind of got a space for it in that strength slot. But yeah, you go for it since you got the Mana Leech.
Yeah, I don't have.
Depends, how much mana do you have at the moment, Ildriss?
Well, I gained 2 and then lost 2 because I gave the ring away, so I've got 8.
Okay, so we've got about the same. So up to you. If you want to take it, so we're both on 6, but
Trying to remember what's the rules? How many
depends how much
slots
your
do you
spells are
get?
actually costing.
You can have
1 per 5.
Per 5, yeah. So if you've put points into strength twice, you can have 4 red gems, 2 dex, and 2 int. For strength, 2 dex, and 2 int. I don't know why I said red for 1.
Almost.
You know, that thing that's like strength and red, but the blue one.
So you've got, how much wham do you have?
I think Face Breakers adds to your strength. Yeah, how much wham do you have?
It's plus 10
My-
strength and
my-
1
my-
and 5
My
strength.
WAM is now 7.
Good lord. Plus the 10 strength you get from the gloves themselves?
That includes the 10, yeah.
Yep, so you got lots of space for
Jesus.
red gems, as long as you got.
I'll take a Determination and put that on.
Yeah. Go for it. I mean, yeah.
What happens if you have more gems than if you absorb gems and then take off a piece of gear that was supporting them? What happens to those skills?
I would say that
Oh.
you could no longer use the last learned skill gem. So we go back and we look at the last thing you learned, and you can no longer use it, which I
I
have
would-
notes here. So.
I think a smarter rule would be to base it off your base rather than your total.
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
see if I can find that.
I think that that's how you should do it, but I'm pretty sure the game is set up where you don't have to do it that way.
Okay, it would make more sense to me, that's all. Like, I would not, in my head, I wouldn't take the 10 strength from the face breakers to count towards how many red gems.
It would probably be safe to do that.
You may only know
just
once.
like in real PoE, you don't, you know.
Means you have in a stat.
Per base? It does say base. There you go. That makes more sense.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
which also means, it's limited by level and not by gear.
Well, that's cool. So it saves you from having to run into that.
Do the stupid, yeah.
Yep, so you got a bunch of strength, but you can still only have 4 gems.
Cool.
Red
That
ones.
means I've got a red slot to freeze. Nice. But if someone else is carrying determination, that would make. So what was the other red one then? Determination and
Infernal Blow.
Infernal Blow.
I feel like you should take that. Like,
I'm thinking that would be fun.
more.
Yeah, if you've got spots for it, you should take it.
I have a spot for
Popping
it.
things. I have a
Sounds like
spot in
fun.
my heart for Infernal Blow in PoE. It's one of my favorite skills. I've always tried to, each league I try to do like an all explosions character with like just a little bit of bleed on a gladiator and the big Panquetzalcoatl or whatever, the explosive mace and Infernal Blow, and just try to pop as many things as I can. And it always ends terribly. But I just pump all my money into it.
Fun.
You can get a Panquetzal for like 25C 6-link, so.
Okay, do we level up off that big boss guy?
What?
Do we level up off that big boss?
No. You leveled up in the middle of the fight. You not level up after beating them.
Worth a try.
Well,
You leveled up after just to get yourself through it. Your level up brought you back from the brink of death.
There it is. Infernal blow.
and the 2 bows were just plain old
Yeah, there's regular old bows.
special. I don't even
Yeah.
want to take one of them. Not even just to have it just sitting in a backpack somewhere.
Yeah, you do have 2 travel bags, but a bow is a 2-handed item. You could wear it around your shoulder, but you can't wear a bunch of them around your shoulder. But you could use it for crafting, maybe.
I like my bow at the moment. And I'm pretty sure because it's I can still put transmutes on it to add more stuff onto my current one anyway.
Mhm.
I
Keep
think
pumping it full of transmutes. Yep.
it's 2-handed, so I can put
Oh, hold on. Do you have 2 mods on it? I can't remember.
2
mods
mods.
base.
So that could put a 3rd one on, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, not unless it's rare. Let me see.
Can it turn it into a rare item though?
I think there's a different orb for that.
Yeah.
It says 1 magic modifier to an item of you can add only can
Non-magical
only
items.
9 months.
Oh. It grants a second mod, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but if it's
grant-
not magical, it grants 1. If used on a magical item with 1 mod, it grants a 2nd.
Yeah, so it doesn't say
Like, I
anything
think
about turning into.
items can only have 1 or 2 mods.
I don't see.
But there's nothing that's like a regal though. And
I don't see it in here, but I'm gonna add it because it should
twice
be.
many.
and on if it's on a magical item with 1 mod, my bow is just a magical item with 2 mods because it's a bow. Like that's the
Yeah,
same
because
as
it's 2-hander.
like if you do it on a ring with
Twice
1.
many available.
And there will be regals in the campaign because that just seems like it should be a thing. And they'll do exactly what regals do normally. They'll add a 3rd mod and turn it into rare, allowing you more space to add mods.
Cool.
I mean, that feels like for non-2-handed weapons, that's what transmutations do. Turns it from being a 1 mod magic to a 2 mod rare.
Mm-hmm. It's a strange design choice for sure, but that's how it is. Let me know when everybody is squared away. You still got the Whirling Blades, the Viper Strike, Infernal Blow, Determination, whoever takes what.
I'll grab the
I've taken
blow.
determination, and I think
All right.
I've taken the infernal blow.
So Whirling Blades and Viper Strike are still sitting there.
I could use Viper. I'm the only one that can use Viper Strike.
And the only one who
It's a
can use
melee
weapon.
weapon. Yeah.
We can just grab an empty gem and suck the other one up and put in the
There
bag.
are a ton of empty gems in front of you. Yeah, you could potentially grab any of those dull gems to store any of these.
We could store the extras for trading. Sounds
I
good.
happen to be pretty good with that soulcraft, which I think is what's needed for putting... Or is that taking it out of people and putting it into gems?
Both, I'm going to say right now, because it just makes more sense
Yep.
if it's both.
Can we take a couple of those empty skill gems and put them in backpacks?
Yeah.
They're pretty heavy, so you guys could probably carry about 3 apiece. I'll say right now. Most of them are kind of broken and look missized, but you can find about 3 normal-sized ones per person.
I also wish to take a closer look at those red-marked barrels.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So they're covered by a bunch of dull gems, but yeah, they just look like red marked barrels. You can't really see anything else from the outside. They just have a red stripe down the side. You can try to open one, you can try to mess with one, however, but from the outside, there's really nothing you can tell.
Yeah. As he goes with that, I go to look for the other guy down the back.
I'll carefully try to open one.
All right. So you're pulling it out from the pile?
No, from where it is, I might carefully just try to open the top of one.
All right, so you're going to have to pull it out. It's covered by gems inside of a pile, so you'll have to either...
it's completely covered. Well,
you can see it through it. You'll either have to like push the gems off or pull it out.
Yeah,
but with your new gloves, I'm sure that won't be a problem.
I just want to push them off the top so I can see whether I can pop the lid. I don't want to move it if I can avoid moving it.
So I'm going to make a random roll here, just for a random world event that might happen. Okay. Whoa. All right, so you're successfully able to push the gems off the top, and you do not cause a massive landslide of dull gems onto you.
Yeah, that's like good thing.
And the top of the barrel comes off with a little bit of moving around. Of course, this may be a lot harder if you didn't have face breakers on, but you're able to pry the top off, and you can see black powder filling the barrel.
Oh, baby. Although I probably wouldn't, this stuff wouldn't have even existed when I'm from, so no, I won't know what it is.
Why do I feel like if our Templar friend had have used Infernal Blow, we probably should have all blown up, including him?
Too bad you never got to find out. He was very cocky, knocking y'all down. He could have used Infernal Blow on the one turn he had, but he didn't. He thought he had it in the bag. Then he remembered that he forgot to level all of you. Basically, the fight was supposed to go if he had gotten gotten third turn or whatever, and he was about to be on his last leg, he would have just lit his hand up and smacked the barrel and tried to blow everybody up.
Nice.
So I'm like, anybody know what this is? It's a strange smelling black powder.
I mean, that sounds like explosives and black powder. We should not put fire near it.
Can we send it down the mine?
We should be able to. Although you seem like the only one that are going to be able to move the barrels. I don't think Kaylah's going to be much help with that.
They moved it in here. Is there a cart?
No carts inside the area that you're in, but there were a lot outside.
Ah, yes, the door. We need to fix that problem.
There's still people outside, though, I assume.
While this is happening, Quizzix went to the back of the gem pile. And he's looking for where the Templar went, and he is actually absolutely nowhere to be found. The wall looks solid. You're not really sure what happened there, but you can make a perception. Yeah, nothing. You can make a perception check though, right now. Jesus, I forgot you got a massive
I just got the amulet with a plus perception.
All right, 1 second. Let me go back to the old notes here. You notice that you hear somebody sniffling a little bit, and then you notice that there's a guy in the pile of gems. He's trying to hide from you, and you can see he's covered himself in these gems, and he's like looking really terrified. His light is off, but you notice just underneath it, you can see a little bit of his leg sticking out.
Right.
As one does.
I call out to the others. Well, he's still here. What do you want to do with it?
And then he hears that, and you see Jim start falling, and he's struggling and trying to move out.
Speaking of avalanches.
Yeah, and actually, that's a good point. He starts struggling a lot, and he's moving around. And he's definitely panicking because he knows everybody just died. Yep. 5 or above, so begins to struggle. And as he makes a foot out, he thinks he's fine. He pokes his head out and he looks terrified at you. And a massive wave of gems fall down. And he almost dodges them all, but one of them clunks him in the back of the head as he gets buried. Almost made it out, though.
Right, scratch that. Never mind. Take it care of.
What was that quiz?
He just buried himself. It's all good.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't even hear breathing or anything. He's out.
And while I'm here, I pick up 3 blue gems that I can find that look reasonable sized.
Gems are colorless until you put a soul in them, so you find 3 gems that are reasonably sized for the souls that you've been seeing. With your soulcraft, you just implicitly understand what size they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else y'all doing? Did someone take Viper Strike? Kayla?
I think Kayla took Viper Strike, yeah.
And did you take Whirling Blades as well?
I didn't.
Okay.
Somebody else's. Well, I've only...
Well, as you take Viper Strike, you see actually Fresius himself brewing poisons. It flashes from him in his house brewing poisons. Karnas is in the back just yelling at someone you can't see, and he begins to brush his blade carefully with the poison, and through the shadows on the wall you can see Fresius come behind the person Karnas is yelling at and just stab him in the side. And are you taking Whirling Blades?
I won't, but...
None of us can use it, so...
Well,
Oh.
It requires a weapon. And
Yeah.
I've got a bow, so that's okay.
Bow and a staff. And
Remember, you each have 3 gems. You can just, carry stuff around in if you don't want to use it yourself.
Yeah, so...
Quizzix went back there and found enough for everybody to have 3.
Oh, cool. So yeah, we should just store Whirling Blades right now.
Sounds good.
All right. You carefully poke the gem out at Whirling Blades, and you begin to see a scene, but as soon as it gets sucked into the gem, the scene fades away from your mind, and now the gem glows a bright green. And you're still stuck in a big old barn.
Interestingly, Morien can actually use Whirling Blades with the Face Breakers. He can use Strength and Dex skill gems despite the lack of a weapon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Almost as good.
I'm just trying to imagine in my head how that would look. Yeah. Okay, so
Barrel roll.
yeah, he ballet twirls towards the enemy and slapping everybody as he flies, and that's how he does damage. So you're still stuck in a big barn. There's a second story. The door behind you was you don't know if it was locked, but you did hear a big clunk when it closed, and everybody's dead. The guy whose balls got chopped off is starting to smell a little bit.
there's no door at all on the second story.
You haven't been up there to see.
And Kayla didn't spend long enough up there to see.
She didn't even go up there. She stood at the
just,
top
like,
of the
reached the
ladder
top
and
and
stabbed
went back down.
upward.
Well, I'm going to clamber up the left-hand ladder and
All right.
have a look around.
All right, so there's not really much to see up here. Some more crates, but you do see, without even, you don't need to roll perception. It's pretty obvious. There's a big window at the top of this barn that is pretty level with the second story floor.
Cool. I've got us an alternate exit to the building then.
I wonder if Morien, especially with those gloves on, could just open the front door easily and walk out, pretending to be the guy we just killed. He's pretty
You could always
sizable.
give it a
He's got the
shot.
gloves.
Is Morien
I
a
could probably
tall,
open-
Aryan-looking man?
No idea.
Not really.
Just pull the hood of the Templar robes have a hood, right? Pull the hood down
Yeah.
a bit.
You
But
guys
do we
can
want
make
to
it
risk
show.
making that kind of noise to open the door? Which would be a no from me. Even as, yeah, no. I think the window's the safer bet if we don't have to break it.
Can we see out the window?
Yeah, it's just an open. It's not even. There's no glass or anything. It's just an open window, about as tall as a person, and
That's our better choice. Yeah.
you can see out of it if you were up there to look.
I shuffle on over
Mhm.
the open window to have a look.
All right, so it's about 3 people height, I guess. Where were you? 2 people from the top, so it's 3 people. Yes, that 3 people height. So you could make it down reasonably, but it might be a bit of a drop. You can see the Templar compound, and you would be facing the western exit pretty much from your eye line. You don't see any guards there though, and you don't see any guards in the immediate area around the window.
Looks clear then. Are we able to like work as a team to like lower ourselves down instead of just jumping blindly?
You could do whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna jump.
You just tell me how that goes down.
Well, gravity. That's how we all go down.
You can do like a barrel of monkeys style thing if you want.
Yeah, we can let Morien jump last and he can lower us all down. He's strong enough to support us.
Sure.
I don't know if we're strong enough to support him, but
Probably
Mm.
not.
Emotionally, maybe.
I need a little support.
All right, so is that how it's happening?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, is everyone climbed up?
I'm assuming you're telling us that that's the case, right?
Yep, I can
suggest
get on board with this plan.
No, I keep opening BOB. Please, BOB, stop. Why is it right next to my Chrome window? What build is this? Spell Slinger Discharge. Yeah, that was a failure. All right, so for each person that Morien lowers, he's going to have to make an athletics check. It's not about strength, it's about finesse.
Oof. Athletics. So
Though at least strength contributes to athletics.
Yeah.
Oh, so Morien's gonna.
Who's
roll
going
for each-
first?
Me, please.
who's doing that?
Kayla's probably the lightest.
That's good. If you roll a 1, I've got a very hilarious scene ready. Oh, nice. Easily lowering her down without a problem. She just lands on her feet, gives the thumbs up. Everything's good down there. Not a problem.
Cool. Who's next?
Tiberius, you want to go next?
guess I'll go next.
A little shakier, but definitely still makes it down. The bow makes it a bit awkward to try to pick his arms up and lower him, but you're able to lower him down the side of the barn, right next to Kaylah.
Come on, Quiz. Your turn.
Before Quiz gets lowered down, I walk slightly away from
All right.
I swing him a little bit just as we're going.
Like Titanic style swinging.
No,
Nice.
I'm fine.
So yeah, again, easily drops him to the ground. Feeling good. A little bit of a bro bond has come between you. Now an athletics roll for yourself to hit the ground.
Ooh.
And you do land a little bit shakier than the rest of them.
Just not quite used to that strength.
Yeah, falling over a bit in the dirt, so you do get a little dirty, but you made it without taking damage. That was a necessary thing for y'all to have to do. All right. So, the camp still overcast. You do not see any guards in your immediate area. Like I said, the buildings, all the wooden buildings in the house that you can see around the corner, everything seems empty. You don't even see any slaves anywhere. Seems eerily quiet in the camp. So you are at the at the barn at the edge of the camp on the opposite side from the cave entrance. In between you is about 4 buildings. To the right of those buildings in the center of camp is the house where the foreman was at, and y'all can feel free to explore if you would like. If you would like to look inside the houses, rather than me describing every single house, I'll have you roll a perception, and depending on what you roll, I'll tell you what you find as far as stuff.
I would like to search one of the houses. Do they have, like, from the outside, can we tell if they're any, like, are they just, like, living houses? Like, is one of them, like, an armory, or...
So the longer houses are bunks for the slaves to sleep in. The only house that really stands out besides the longer houses is the small house where the foreman lived, and the big house that's built up against the mountain that has wires running underneath it. But the rest of them look almost formulaic in how they were built, which are large, long rectangular shapes, pretty thin, running in rows.
I feel like the warden's house would be the best house to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming no one's in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the foreman.
I'm
I mean,
kind of hoping to find the foreman there, personally.
Slap him around a little bit.
wasn't the
Mhm.
foreman the...
He's on the locked us in.
Yeah, he didn't go in. We made the Templar go in.
You think he locked you in, but no one checked the door.
He was the one who shot us in.
Oh, he stayed outside either way.
He did. He did not come inside with you.
Let's go to the foreman's cabin, I think.
Yeah, let's go give him a visit and thank him for his hospitality.
All right. So making your way through the camp, still not seeing anybody for some reason. The guards that were in front of the cave, they're gone too. Literally just seems like it's empty. Not sure exactly why that might be. You can't even hear any sounds come from outside the camp. Yeah, definitely eerie what's happening. But you reach the foreman's house and you go inside, and it's just almost a studio apartment style. He does have a second story where there's a loft with a bed on it, and there's a kitchen inside, and he's got like a chest in the back where he might hold his items. But you guys can roll a 1d10 real quick, and I've got a table here to see what you find. You may search 3 houses, including this one.
Is it just a 1d10 or we're doing a perception?
Yeah, roll a 1d10.
And
One
the team
person.
check separately, or
Oh, one
Yeah,
person.
one person.
Okay.
one person?
And you're checking the chest to see what he's got in there, basically.
Is it-
Or
is it-
around his
Go
house.
for a theory.
Perception roll, or is it just a decent?
Just a chest.
Regular 1d10. Because it's not hard to find things in a house that's empty with nothing else happening. Oh, shit!
Nice.
All right, so
You rolled a 10 when it maybe mattered.
on high perception roll... Oh, Lord. Okay, so let me do a thing here. Nice. You find a voodoo charm that he has hidden in one of his chests, which is an item, which is basically an energy shield. It is not magic, however, just a voodoo charm. There are magical items to be found, but that one is not one.
Well, it doesn't help me. Do we have? You're still using a staff here, Ildriss. You don't have a wand or something to go with it.
He does have a wand.
You
I
do
have
have
a
one.
wand, but I don't have either a second wand or a shield because the staff is doing well so far.
Well,
Yeah,
the
the
voodoo
voodoo charm
the-
is a shield
But-
that you could wear with the wand,
Voodoo charm.
but you can't.
Yeah, the voodoo charm is definitely tempting.
You can always put it in your bag. It's small enough that you can
Yeah.
carry it.
I will definitely take it with me, whether or not I put it on immediately. I'll lose one,
Alright.
but I get energy shield and a little bit of flat bonus damage, I think.
Just like ES shields in the game, they add a little tankiness to you. And the foreman's house, other than that, seems pretty barren. All of his stuff is gone. It's almost like he left in a hurry. None of his valuables have been left besides that voodoo charm he seemed to forget.
Guys, do you think it's a bit weird that there's nobody here?
Very.
Where'd they all go?
Well, they were just a setup for us so that we'd actually continue and come in and get killed. Now they've gone to meet the rest of the army.
if they took all that Sindrel had stored, I imagine they have enough for innocent ascendants.
I also
We need the mine, but we probably shouldn't leave it running.
Yes,
it's not running anymore if everybody's left.
but it could be running if they came back.
Yes.
We certainly wouldn't want a second person.
We have the black powder you said was an explosive. If we line that to a mine cart, and
I do believe that's the plan, but let's take a quick look around first.
So
You
we-
have 2 more houses you can check before, well, moving on from checking houses.
We should probably check the big one that's near the mountain and just one of the slave bunks.
Okay. Which one first?
Up to one of you guys.
Big one.
Let's check a random slave barn on the way over.
All right. You want to roll a 1d10?
stick a nose in on the way through.
So, by the way, the big house with the wires, I'm not going to count that towards your total. That's a story-based thing, obviously, because I've described it many times. All right. Roll. Let me roll for you here.
So we'll do 2 houses on the way over to that then?
Yeah. Let's do 2. Oops. All right. So, looking in one of the houses, they're very barren, even more barren than the other man's house. But you do see a loose floorboard, and underneath it, holy shit, it is a magic leather armor. Why did I put that? Oh, whatever. Well, it's fine. It's over now. So, underneath one of the floorboards, you pry it open, and you see with flowers and a picture of somebody. It looks like someone's prized possession has been buried there. They were trying to hide from the Templars, and it's a leather armor with a faint magical scent to it. Because of your soul crafting, I'm going to say you now can smell magic. Congratulations.
Cool.
You can tell me what it smells like, though.
I will tell you that once we identify it.
Right?
It smells like
the
something
color.
that makes
It's
sense.
like the color
It
octarine.
smells like teen spirit. All right, who wants the magic leather armor?
True. Or Kaylah? You don't have any body armor yet, yeah?
So she does
I
not.
don't. Does anyone else not have body armor on?
I have energy shield body armor, which I'm going to stick with.
Yeah.
And Morien and me both have some nice heavy armor, I'm pretty sure, so...
Cool. I will take that.
All right, roll it on up. 1d10. See what it is.
Yay!
Oh! Roll again.
Nice.
See if it's signature.
Another 10, isn't it? Yeah.
No, wait, does that do it?
Is it 5 and over, or is it over 5?
5 or more. Item gains a signature mod.
Hey,
Nice.
that's
Roll
a good
another
signature.
1d10. Let's see which signature mod you get. 7. Precognizant. This item allows the user to see the future in dreams. Whenever the character sleeps, they may ask the GM one question about the next 24 hours. The GM rolls a secret die. On a result of 2 to 10, the GM answers truthfully but is encouraged to be cryptic. On a result of 1, the GM purposely misleads the character. A precognizant item must be worn for a full 24 hours before you can use the ability. Well, shit.
That's
Real
awesome.
nice. That is
And I
real
really
nice.
like the fact that there's a 1 in 10 chance that it's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
then you should be happy. That's a 1 in 10 chance.
Let's
you get
hope
to
I have
screw
always
us.
written far enough ahead to answer your question. Otherwise, I'm going to have to improv a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Anyway,
Definitely
so now
sounds
you
a little
roll.
bit more respect, but
So now it's a rare item. Going to have 2 mods on it. So now you can roll for those mods, which is 2 1d100s.
Can I do it like this? Can I literally do 2D 100? Does that work?
Yeah.
13 and
Yeah, so
13 and
13 and 54.
it will sum them, but we can see them separately.
We can read, so it's fine. You 1d6 to random int skill. And what was the other one? 54?
Yeah.
34?
1 mana leech per tier.
Yeah. What?
Oh no, that's amulet. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
1d4 resistances. So
Okay.
you can 1d4 resist, and then when your random int skill is between 3 skills, so you roll a 1d3 to see which one.
Okay, So we'll go 1d3. This is the int skill, the third int skill, whatever that is.
Soulcraft,
And
and then 1d4 is this.
Hold on. How many
It should be
points
on
am I
top of
getting?
the
A
plus
1d6
16
for the.
D6 for that, yep.
So I'm getting six
Oh, the
extra.
default 6. So
You are
that's
also
12
good at the
resist.
Soulcraft.
Nice.
1d4
You
is
could
this.
also smell magic.
Yeah, 2 resists. And the signature mod, so you get to name the item.
Okay, I will think about that.
And
Mhm.
the armor itself is 4 resist, so 6 resist total.
Leather armor is 6, isn't it?
4, according to the basic armor item information.
Yeah, leather armor is 4 resist, so it goes to 6 with the.
So
Quizzix, what does that armor smell like?
That's a good question.
Well, you can think about it. Still trying to figure out your new spidey sense that you suddenly gained after the battle. You're not really sure how to name the spell, but Kaylah is going to name that armor as well once she figures out what it is. So you're able to search one more house.
Resistance by 4.
Go ahead and roll for that. I think you've pretty much found the best things, but it's fine.
Have a roll.
Yeah, it's just an open 1d10.
That item smells faintly like honey.
Nice.
A 2.
2, all right. So within another 2. So within one of the slave houses, you see up on a stand. Looks like it was meant to be a scarecrow. There's a leather helm, regular old leather helm.
I mean, does anybody want a leather helm? Is anyone feeling low on resistance?
Not
'Cause
particularly.
I'm currently at 20 and 14, which feel kind of high compared to some people here, maybe.
What am I? He's only 11 on the armor, 17 on resistance.
I've got 13 resistances.
Take it.
Yeah.
Does anyone not have a helmet?
Yeah.
None of us have helmets.
Yeah.
None of
So
us have helmets.
I have a helmet.
I've got.
Oh, you
I'm
do?
taking it. I have a 28 energy shield helmet.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah,
it was an
rolled.
ES helm that rolled a really good ES value.
Yeah.
See, I've also
No.
got 56 life, which I think is probably
I've only got 30.
Morien.
I mean, I can take it just for an extra 2 resists, but
Then yeah, you should. I
Go
imagine.
for it.
Yeah.
We good? Tiberius taking it?
seems
Yep.
like it.
All right. So you've explored the general area. Most of the houses looks like you're not going to find too much more there. The only other thing that looks interesting there is the cave entrance with a cart attached to a rail sitting in front of it, but the lamp is dim, and the large building with the wires running out from it to inside the cave.
Is it going to be a lot of story within that house, or
Yeah, because it is getting.
because
quite
it's about 6:30 and I've got to have
It's
dinner.
almost
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can stop. It's up
Might
to
be a good
y'all.
time.
I've got a lot, but y'all can stop it whenever.
We're on 3.5 hours. So
It feels like a good point in the story to stop it.
All right. And that's it.
The big house is the next story
Good
point.
job.
Nice.
Shit was about to go
Yeah.
down as usual.
Job team.
We're not dead yet, but I'm sure it's
Got a
coming.
lot of upgrades. Got a lot of good shit.
I'm not
Got
dead
2
yet,
signature mod items
Yeah.
in one run.
Gee.
Unique.
But we still need to know what the name of that chess piece is before we end
Lucidity.
this. Lucidity.
Yep.
All right. So what's the name of the amulet that you got?
The Eye of Vestigia.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next time, next Saturday.
Yep, well, Sunday,
Sunday for
us.
us, Saturday for you.
Saturday for the free world. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Better go. I will catch